I just have expensive tastes.
His name rhymes with a female dog.
I've had Frank send me pictures of houses, and I hate them all except the really expensive ones. And why is it that only the expensive ones look good?
Yeah, but you're going to be able to pick those up, man, and you got to give it, what, 3 years? Or until a Democrat gets in, and the housing market crashes.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Where are you looking?
I'm just,
Yeah,
I admit, you know what? I just do that. I do that with airplanes. I do that with everything. I'm not that. I mean, who knows? I guess if I found an extraordinary thing, I would. So I fantasize like that, you know. Hey, Clint, can I have another pen, please?
Yes, sir. Rob, you like the one you got just last?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, this is a good one. I'm sorry.
Oh, I love these.
Okay.
Thank you.
My wife steals several every day.
I was just wondering, here's the thing. To own my condo, paid off. Paid off. It cost me $2,400 a month. Just to own it.
30 grand a year.
Wait, I'm not even there. That's HOA and utilities and taxes.
We up or no?
About $2,400 a month. So now listen to this. So if I could get taxes at about, most big houses I see have 10 grand a year. None of them are up where they were, except for Cherry Hills. I used to pay 24 in taxes, but let's say a normal house, 12. Let's say $1,000 a year. Then a normal HOA fee for houses are about $400 a year. Okay, so literally, I could probably save myself $1,400 a month by owning a home. And so then people say, well, then you got maintenance and all that. You can do a hell of a lot of, you can do a hell of a lot of yard work and stuff for $1,400. I just feel like it's abusive, this HOA and taxes on this condo. This is including it's expensive for no reason.
Rent it out to a large family.
Well,
an extended family.
Airbnb, but I don't think.
Or Airbnb.
I don't
They
think
may have taken, I know Inglewood just put it on. I'm not sure Green Hill just put it on. HOA
probably.
probably.
The penthouse is a landmark. I doubt they allow it. I doubt it. Besides, I don't like other people. I wanted this for the future more than anything. You know, I don't hardly stay there. But I'm just thinking if I could just figure out a way to, just sitting there, that's what pisses me off. I mean, it just doesn't seem right.
So if we get a homeless person, we should say, would you like to see
Ted, look at this video real quick over here. There.
Oh, man, he does.
Okay, tell me about the call and stay, please, if you can. Do you know if Ideal's in and Pro Auto? Just let me know
This
who's
barge,
calling.
or the ship rather, the bridge. Buses were literally coming off of it. I mean, it was crazy. Like 38, 40 people died. 38, 40 years ago.
Good, and then,
I think it's in a Florida.
okay. Okay, so, K&H we took care of though, right? Next. Thanks.
Looks like,
I don't waste your money.
quite that mustache on the show. I don't find it. Which one? What's that? Oh, yeah. Was that your first TV gig, that Florida Bridge thing?
No, that was my.
How old were you there,
second
bro?
TV job.
35?
24, 25.
Nice headphones.
I know, it looks like he's breaking the airport.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Happy to be here. Happy to have the longest running show on radio, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life just a little easier. Give us a call if you have any problems, questions, or complaints. This hour brought to you by Centeno Schultz, which is the only clinic that I endorse for living stem cell therapy. It's not the only one doing true living stem cells, but if you want the truth about living stem cells, first of all, you can't have fluids shipped in. Just let me say that. If fluids are shipped in and not taken from you, they are not living stem cells. Because of today's regulatory environment, impossible to get living stem cells shipped into a clinic. If they tell you that the amniotic fluid they're injecting in you have living stem cells, they're lying to you. I will make anyone a bet. So if you go to the seminar, if you go out, you go to a chiropractor's office, and he says there are living stem cells, ask if you can test the fluids before having them injected in you. And I'll even pay for the extra fluid if you can get a hold of it, okay? None of them will let you test it. I guarantee it. They will not let you test it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call. Today we're going to talk about home maintenance and repair and upkeep and things to add value to your home. By the way, Centeno Schultz, MDs, registered nurses, they harvest stem cells at the time of the visit, if you decide to go through with it, that is, and then re-inject them with imagery. Centeno Schultz, 303-963. 9201. Remember that name for real, true, living stem cell therapy for your painful joints, ligaments, tendons, ACL tears they can repair. Centeno Schultz. Okay, so K&H in the house, we're talking about, well, let's talk about windows, doors, all of this. I learned some fascinating stuff about windows I'm going to share with everyone. This will be a window primer, or as my friends say, who are snobbity snobs, a window primer on what you should find with windows, a window primer. We are going to go through the basics. I love it. Do you know most people brag about their windows, but they don't back it up? Now, I've known Ted here with K&H Windows and K&H Home Exteriors now. I've known him for 30 years, and he took over this company about 30 years. Did you, Ted? I knew you when you first bought the company. Okay, turn the mic on there. I'm sorry, Ted. Turn that mic on right there. Yeah. I remember that. I remember you bought the company.
Yeah, we were a lot younger back then.
You and your brother, right?
Yep.
And Larry, and you guys ran it from Henry. I met Henry, the original owner. He started 62 years ago. You took over 30 years ago. This is an incredible run that this company has had. So quickly, Henry died how long after you took over the company?
Oh, God. Henry passed away about 3-4 years after we took over the company.
Did he used to wander in and just come in and see how things are going? Because it was his baby, wasn't it?
Yeah, he stuck around for a while, and then he was always available to us when we had questions for him. So anyway,
you guys did windows. I first met you because truly I was a customer first. It was a true story. They did the windows on my home in Franktown. And you did some other stuff for me. It was incredible how much you did.
Henry got you the windows at your place in Franktown.
Right. Yeah, it was Kate, the original K&H. And then I met you taking over the company. And I had a problem 10 years later, a little one, some seals. And I was joking about it, and I think I said it to you or one of your people. I said, one of my seals or a couple gave out. And you said, well, they're under warranty. And I thought you were kidding, seriously. I mean, how many times can you go back to a place 10 years later or 12 years later? And you guys came and replaced all the seals. I thought, man, that's pretty impressive. And one of the pieces of hardware. Anyway, so if you guys have any questions on that, but we are truly, if you want to know about replacement windows, I've done some research, and we're going to talk about windows because I love what I found out. And what you need to do is find the architectural sheet on these things. When I say architectural sheet, you need to find the data sheet that they give with each window. Windows have data sheets, and or K&H will simply tell you what the data is. But I'm going to tell you how to evaluate the data. And I broke it down into very, very easy to understand terms. And I think you're going to love it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Lee wants to talk about a contractor who took $600. My God, we hear this all the time about people who take money and don't do anything in return. We get so upset about it. So let's talk about it. What's going on, Lee? What's happening?
Hello. Good morning.
What's happening with you, dear?
Yeah, we have the existing wood fence, and apparently I do dog boarding, so of course my priority is to the safety and the security of the dogs, because my dog just came out of it. So we tried to hire professionals.
Who did you hire for your fence?
For this one, we got in touch with Marcus Martinez.
And he took $600 and did nothing. Is that the bottom line?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, you know what? This just happens too much. It just how'd you find this guy?
We found him on Craigslist.
And so why'd you give $600 up front?
Prior to that, we have a contractor which bought the material. So I'm like, okay, because it was a busy day. So I'm like, okay, let me give the deposit to him. And then I realized that day itself, we are providing the material. I'm like, what's the deposit for? So
Right. You already have the materials. Why do you have a deposit? How did you pay that deposit?
Through check.
So it was already cashed. It's too late to stop payment, right?
The next day he already cashed it, yes.
Yeah, of course. So I don't know what to do. I just have to tell you the truth, Lee. You paid a guy $600 in a cash, in check. He cashed it the next day, and he's gone.
Yep.
And you found him on Craigslist. I don't. What do you think the realistic possibility is of getting this money back?
Do you know where he lives?
I don't know. The best that we could is to file a small...
Well, you can file small claims, but he may not even show up and you can't find him. Do you have his address? Do you have his phone number?
I have his phone number, yes.
Hold on. Clint, you want to give him a call? Let's give this guy a call. Maybe we can put the fear of God in him, or the fear of the Contractors Trust Act. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Hey, good update.
What is that?
Car hop. They sold this guy a car. They gave him a voucher. This guy did everything he was supposed to do. He went down to get the emissions test within the 3 days. It failed. He brought it back. They've had the car in and out for over 2 months. We got involved. They're giving him all his money back on it.
We have to have that written up. That's a good one, Mark.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm glad they came through.
Get a photograph. Well, we're happy they came through. They were trying to get it fixed, really, to their defense. They were trying to get it fixed. We don't know car hop, but they were trying to get it fixed. We had another successful one, an insurance claim. Brian Burns just told me about it.
Oh, that one's great.
Hey, Suzanne, can we get that consumer on about that insurance claim?
I'm working on it.
Oh, my God.
And maybe Brian, too.
Brian, too. We've had a lot of good success with problems. You know, K&H Home Solutions, we've sent them out on problems in the past. They go out and look at windows and doors for us. And what do you think, Ted, when we send you guys out to look at problems with windows, what do you find is the most common problem? Consumers say, I paid for these. I don't know if I got a good deal. They're drafty. They're not working right.
I bet it's installation.
What do you find?
Yeah, more often than not, it's faulty installation.
Not the product itself.
Right.
You know what? And I'm going through all this trouble to tell you how to pick a good window, but you're right. Even with a good window, you can screw it up.
Yeah, if you don't do the installation right, it doesn't matter how great the window is. In fact, a lot of times you get, you pay a lot of money for a brand new window, and it turns out to be worse than what you had to begin with.
Okay. New windows, to evaluate them, you need to look at, now other people may call it different things, the architectural data sheet or the down, now it's like nutritional information on a package. You know, it's not something that good companies or bad companies hand you. It's something they use to buy their windows. It's something Ted might look at when he's deciding who to do business with. Because all of these window distributors, all of these dealers, they either have windows made to their specifications or they find a window that meets their specification and then they sell it to you and install it and stand behind it. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, so I think you're talking about the drawings of the extrusions and how that's all built.
And the specifications. For example, let me give you an example. Little things like the glass, the panes, the insulated glass units, the R values, the thermal ratings, the U value, the solar heat gain coefficient, the frames, the construction, the type of vinyl, the design pressure rating, and the sound transmission class. All windows seem to have this data available if you look deep enough. So I want to go through each item. And again, a lot depends on installation. I mean, it all depends on installation. If you have a bad window installed well, it's better than a good window installed half-assed. It really is. So what you want is the best window you can get within your budget with the best installers and the best warranties. And, of course, warranties are only as good as the company. And if you said that to K&H 62 years ago, you wouldn't have a problem because a lifetime warranty for them was your lifetime. But what is your warranty on Windows right now?
Well, our typical warranty is 3 years.
3 years for parts and labor?
Yeah, well, for the labor side of it, the parts are generally covered by the manufacturer's warranty, and that's lifetime.
Okay, that's what I mean. And then the glass. Do you still have that? Does anybody do that glass break thing anymore, that guarantee?
Yeah.
You have that?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? If the glass breaks, you replace it?
Yeah, if the glass is broken, we'll come out and replace it.
Even somebody living on a golf course?
We strongly recommend that they get tempered glass, or something that will withstand the additional force.
Okay, speaking of glass, Most glass is built by Cardinal Industries. Is that right? The actual glass itself. Does most glass come from Cardinal?
I'd say they're probably the largest
90%?
known. Not that high.
Oh, no, not that high.
No. There's a company called PPG, which is better known for car glass. And then there's Guardian, which also makes glass.
And Guardian. Between those, among those three, would they be the most in the market? Those
Yes.
three would capture the market?
Absolutely.
Okay. And they're all good.
Yes.
Okay, 303-7.
It's all very comparable between those three. The glass.
Glass is glass most of the time, right? No? Yes?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. But when you get into the low E, and when you get into the IGU, the insulated glass unit, they could be made differently.
Correct.
That's where you get complicated. 303-713-8255. Get your calls in. I'll get right to you. Art of Granite. If you have granite countertops and you want to get them, you want something, you can get a price on the phone. Just call them. Get a price on the phone. Art of Granite cabinets, and they do the granite or quartz or marble, any natural stone. They do wholesale, all materials. They tear out and haul away free. They also, of course, take care of the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. Art of Granite, get your price on the phone. That's right. He's so proud of what he does. You will get a price on the phone. Then you go pick out your wholesale counter material, your custom edges, sinks, and cabinets. And as long as it's congruent with what you told Mitch on the phone, the price isn't going to change. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. Artofgranite.net.
Microphone. Thank you.
This report is brought to you by Discovery Car.
Spots to watch out for when you drive across town. On the west side of town, the two left lanes are blocked eastbound I-70 Award Road due to emergency road work. Watch out for big delays on that stretch. A couple of highway
One thing that I
crashes.
sent
One
to Jeremy, I
southbound
assume he didn't send to you,
225 got backed up to Parker.
It's very
Got another wreck on the westbound side of
10% off
I-70 in Monaco.
if they book an
Air crash
appointment
being cleared
through you
eastbound
guys.
Hampton
They call and
just
say they
after
need
San
you.
Jose at Inco.
Hey, Dak, if you're listening, try to reach out to that Fox 13.
Right now, mostly
That Fox 13 report. The reporter Paul DeLegato. See if you can't get a hold of him.
Cover college costs. Discover
And we'll make sure.
If they say they know you.
student loan lenders in the country with great rates, zero fees. Plus,
I didn't hear what you guys just said.
For their good grades.
So,
Visit Discover
motion
Student
for
Loans
us being on
to apply
air
today.
with an
Limitations
additional
apply.
Today is the
15%
day
off.
you break the stranglehold of
Or
addiction.
whatever
You and your
the,
family can't
motion
lose another
that we
precious
have
day
running.
to this horrible
We get an
disease.
additional
If you or
15%
someone
off.
you know
Wow.
is abusing alcohol,
Only except for that
prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options, all evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call
Did you
today.
guys see those hostages they got back?
Yeah.
Man, this is, we are truly witnessing what is going to be the best president we will have in our lifetime.
Remember Reagan was being sworn in and the Iranians were letting those hostages go?
And also the biggest asshole as a personality.
Maybe so, but
He is an
I
asshole.
think that's why he's getting a lot of shit done.
That's
That's exactly right.
You know what? I'm not saying anything about his politics. I just think he doesn't have to be like he is. Though.
Yeah, he does.
No, he
He
doesn't.
needs to be an asshole. You think that little fat midget Korean
No,
kid
no, I'm not talking
respected
about,
anybody
no,
else?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how he deals with people, and you know, it's the largest inaugural crowd that ever happened, and I mean, shit
It
like
was.
that. Oh, stop.
But that doesn't make him good, right? It makes him popular.
It's just, what I'm saying is, he doesn't. He could have it all. This guy could have it all. Just a little,
No,
just a little
no,
class.
I agree with Ted. It's the reason he gets a lot of shit done is that whole
Are you
attitude.
saying, Ted, he should be an asshole?
No, I was just saying he should be an asshole.
It does.
It seems to work for him.
Works for him.
Well, I don't think
It works for him in the
I don't
things
think
that
it
get done.
endears people to him.
No, absolutely
He
not.
doesn't give a fuck.
Well, you know what? He should, because that's the
No, he
president of the United States is a lofty office, and he represents a lot of people, and there's a certain demeanor, a decorum.
Oh my God, you Obama lover.
No, it's, you know what? Obama had a lot of class, and so did George
Yeah,
Bush.
big
and
deal.
So they all did. Well, you know what? What's wrong with having that too? What's wrong with that? You know, they're not mutually.
Because he's not a
they're
politician.
not mutually
He
exclusive.
wasn't raised.
You know what?
You know, the louder you talk doesn't make you right.
Carter wasn't a politician either, but he was a good man. You know what? Why not have
He was
both?
a peanut farmer.
Why not? Why not? I'm just saying he doesn't behave.
Did you enjoy the $8 a gallon gas?
There's got to be happy medium.
The 16% interest rates while Carter was there and all that other shit?
I said he was a good man.
On a personal level, I don't like him, but I think he's the right man for the time.
How could you not like him? How the fuck can you not like Trump? Honestly, God, how can you not like him?
It is so easy
I
to
don't like
not
his
like him.
personality. I think
It is so easy to
You're
not like
crazy.
him. First of all, he slept with a porn star.
It's just like when you would say, oh, he's never going to win. Hillary's going to win this election, Mark.
I didn't want her to win. I didn't want her to win, but I thought she was.
I still think he's the right man for right
And
now.
I don't think he'll be reelected.
You should hear, you missed the whole
And
I
I'll
hate
tell
Trump
you-
speech. The whole damn room.
It's not I hate Trump, man. It's
He
that
he just, let's look at the stock. Oh, I don't even want to list this shit off. I don't even want to list this
Listen,
shit.
I think you got to give him credit for the things he's accomplished.
Yeah.
So, on a personal level, I agree. I don't really care for him.
God, I love him. I wish he was more brash. I do.
The brass is maybe why he gets what gets his way. I don't know.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Lent Construction for basements. You know, he was on yesterday, Mark. You like the guy. You
2 days ago. I do.
You can't help but like him. And when it comes to basements,
Ex-trooper.
he is doing. Yeah, he was in law enforcement and 20 years in construction. And you know that law enforcement thing can bend both ways. He says, a lot of people don't like cops, Tom. I don't know if you mentioned this. And I said, what difference does it make? What does it teach you? He says it teaches me to do what I say and say what I do. And I'm licensed, bonded, insured. Every job gets his personal attention. He does line-by-line pricing with what's called value engineering. That's looking for the most efficient way to accomplish the creative design at minimal cost. You see, many times when a designer or architect takes on a project, they don't care about price. So he does the design with you, and then it corresponds with the best and most efficient way to do it. And that comes to every part of the basement design. It's bestbasementsdenver.com. And with the line-by-line item, no allowance items, you see what the true cost is. These idiots that give you an allowance, say floor covering allowance, $1,800. Okay, and they know damn well you're never going to get the floors done for $1,800, but it makes their bid look low. And they say hardware allowance, $800. Don't do bids with allowances. What you need are straight line-by-line prices. That's what he does. You'll get the true price for your basement, bestbasementsdenver.com. And no, you're not going to get a basement done for a few $100 or a few thousand. It's going to cost if you have it done right. That doesn't mean you're going to spend the same as building a house, but beware of these guys that give you very low prices. They're very hazy on details, and then they skip with your money. We hear it all the time. Go with bestbasementsdenver.com. 720-744-2885. bestbasementsdenver.com. Again, I always stress this, that it's the quality of the people you're dealing with. K&H is in the house today. K&H Home Exteriors or Home Solutions. K&H Home Solutions, and they are quality. That doesn't mean they're the most expensive, but they're not the cheapest. And really, a really good company does not look at the competition and say, I'm going to do it lower than them. What they do is they look at their products and their services, and they say, how can we do this for the very best and keep the prices down? But they don't necessarily try to be the cheapest in the market. 303-713-8255. Ed, what is on your mind today, Ed? Ed? Okay. Ed? Hold on, Ed, and then we'll go to Jason. Jason, what's going on with you, Jason? Can you check to see if Ed's on there? Suzanne. Jason, are you there, sir?
Hi.
Hey,
Tommy,
what's happening, sir? What's going on with you?
I've got a foundation issue with a home that is newly built in 2000. And
how long you been living there, Jason?
Since 2013.
Okay, 2013, and this home was built in the early 2000s.
2011.
Oh, okay, 2011 built, but you bought it from an owner, and what's the problem with the foundation?
Foundation is settling in one of the northwest corner of our lot, and we've had a almost 2 inches of drop in that corner, which is causing cracks in our home on the first level, the main level, the slab in the basement.
You need to hire an engineer, a qualified engineer, to get to the bottom of that and to figure it out, because most of those problems can be corrected or stopped.
Well, here's the problem is we've already gone through the warranty that was part of the builder's warranty that they purchased.
Well, the builder's warranty, most of them don't cover structure, but there are separate structural warranties that usually run about 10 years. What do you have on this one? Was it a structural warranty?
Well, it was a structural warranty, but it was under the builders for only 2 years.
Oh, okay. Well, then that sounds apropos, 2 years. So
my problem
you can't go under the builder's warranty. It doesn't apply to you.
But my problem is the foundation has been approved to be repaired, but they're saying it's our responsibility due to the defect of the foundation.
Jason, I'm confused. What do you mean it was approved to be repaired? What does that mean?
So, long story short, so we filed a claim because we saw these cracks on our home.
Who did you file a claim with?
The warranty company that the builder purchased for the new homeowner.
But you said yourself that was a 3-year warranty. Did you say that?
The structural, as far as heating, cooling, all that stuff, is a 2-year.
And what's the structure?
And then the foundation is a 10-year.
Okay, well, you didn't say that until just now. So just now I know. So you have a foundation or a structural warranty that goes till 2021.
Correct.
But does it transfer to new owners?
It does.
Okay, good.
We've established all that.
But they're saying it is not covered by this warranty.
No, they're saying it's covered, and they are ready to fix it. We've had the engineer out from their side. He agrees with it.
Then go fix it.
And we're going to do that. My problem is that they're going to fix the foundation, but it's going to be my responsibility due to this foundation defect that the internal cosmetic plus my patio, which is a $30,000 patio that has 1-inch cracks on it
now. This is what you call a contractual issue. So let's not overcomplicate it. You need to see what the warranty says about that. Many of the structural warranties limit themselves to the engineering part and the basement part, and the cosmetic and other consequences are not covered. Some, however, will, if it's caused by a covered event, will cover the things that are normally not covered. It depends on, it's all contractual, Jason. It's not what you think is right. It's not what sounds fair. So what does the contract say?
I totally understand. I'm an insurance agent.
Excellent. Oh, good.
Okay.
So what does it say about it?
So basically what it comes down to, because this is not just an issue for me, we've had 9 or 10 of them on our block and the block behind us.
But trust me on this.
Yeah.
All you want to care about right now
is me.
I'll tell you why. Because if you open up a preview that you're going to be a pain in their ass with the rest of the neighborhood, you're done. They're going to stop right now because they don't want to set a precedent. But let's get right to the contract. What does it say, Jason? Since you're an agent, you know how that insurance talk goes. What does it say?
So basically how it's worded is they will, if you have an FHA or a VA loan, repair the cosmetic damages internally of your home.
That's because they're required by FHA or VA to give that.
Exactly. But if I have a conventional loan, it is not, and it is my responsibility to fix those damages that were caused from the foundation defect.
But I think you'll also find that FHA VA only goes to the original owner. They can't do that to.
But I have a conventional, so they're saying
it wouldn't matter. Yeah, what I'm saying is, okay, it doesn't apply to you. But the VA FHA thing is because VA FHA requires it when they build it, but not for subsequent owners. That was for the original owner. What you're going to find in that warranty is what it says. Do you feel there should be an exception, and why? I mean, it's a contract. You're an insurance, so if someone came to you and said, Jason, I know this is what the policy says, but I think that's unfair.
Well, here's what how I look, short and sweet. Liability. So in regards to me having to have responsibility to pay out for these costs to repair and get my structure back to where it should be as a new home, right?
Yeah.
So there's responsibility downstream, and I've talked with the builder, and they said we will not pay for it. I've got a message.
No, and I'm sure they won't. Jason,
yep.
What do you mean by liability? Liability is established by two things: negligence or contract, or a combination of both. So you don't have contractual negligence. They disclaimed it right off the bat. They say they will take care of the structural damage, but not the cosmetic damage or the other damage. But I'm just asking you, why do you feel that with that coverage, with that exclusion, they should make an exception? Why?
Because due to the defect in the foundation, and I'll preface this as well, this home in the entire block is named, my street is Little River Way. And I found out the reason.
Jason, none of that matters. I asked a question, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time. Why should they not follow the contract?
My feeling is there is a structural defect in the foundation, which is causing me to have to come out of pocket for several.
But that is exactly what the warranty says. It says it will fix the foundation and not the subsequent problems. But okay. So now you're saying, and I'm asking you, why is that not valid? And you say, because the foundation caused it. That's exactly what the exclusion says. If we cause other problems, we're not going to fix it.
Is somebody liable other than me, do you feel?
No, I don't. But that's my opinion. I'll tell you why. Because you agreed, not you, but whoever bought that warranty or agreed to it. Now,
that would be the builder.
The builder bought this warranty. He didn't have to give this warranty. Do you understand that? He could have made it any conditions he wanted. He could have said there was a $5,000 deductible. It's up to you whether you want to accept it. You don't have to accept it at all.
Right.
Jason, listen, man, in my humble opinion, you are wasting your time if that contract says what you say it says. You might want an attorney to look over that contract and give you a legal opinion. But you see, first of all, the original builder does not have any obligation to you whatsoever. If that original builder gave the buyer an insurance policy, he gave it to him. It wasn't negotiated. The homeowner didn't say, I want this and you better include this, and the builder might have said, oh yeah, we did, and then hoodwinked or lied to the seller or the buyer, and even if they did, that's not your transaction. You're arguing as a third-party beneficiary. You're saying, I inherited this structural warranty. I'm a third-party beneficiary. And as a result of that, I'm not only inheriting it, I want to change it. I want it to go further because I think it's unfair. That's really what you're saying. Why the hell should I have to pay for all of this when they admitted it's a foundation problem? And they're going to say, we wrote the contract specifically for this event because we don't want to have to rebuild a house. You know, and then they can say, and we didn't have to offer it to begin with, so it's better than nothing. I don't want to go in circles, Jason. If you have a new point to make, we'll make it, but I'm serious. I just want you to know where you stand. I said this before the other day. This show is to let you know where you stand. It's to talk about the real issues, not to tickle your ears with a lot of lies. Oh, Jason, that's not fair. Let's go after these bastards. Okay? You know what? We're wasting our time. You know, this is something that the builder decided to give to his buyer, and he had exclusions in it. You don't think that was fair? Well, I don't know what to tell you. 303-713-8255. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney that I hope you will never need. He is there for those who make mistakes or even those who just get into trouble and they knew they were doing it. They want to change. They want to throw themselves at the mercy of the court. Listen, no matter what it is, he unfortunately represents people with DUIs. I say unfortunately because that is so preventable with Lyft and Uber and taxis and designated drivers. Joe Lazara can help you through the legal maze of a DUI or DWAI. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. He's Joe Lazara on my referral list, and you can find that at referralist.com.
this guy was an insurance agent and he didn't understand contracts?
Well, he said it's not, he said,
I know.
but it was caused by the foundation.
That's what I understand.
Well, that's what the exclusion is.
And he's an insurance
That's why they
agent.
excluded it.
I wouldn't want him as my insurance agent.
Liability, why? You know, but I know exactly what he's saying. Why should I have to pay? It's not my fault. He's right.
Yeah, but he agreed that it would be his fault or his
Well,
responsibility.
no, that's the part, because he didn't agree to it. He bought that house. That warranty was given to the previous guy, and he's pissed off about it.
And who says it even extends to him?
It
though?
does extend
It does,
to him.
it does.
For 10
But
years.
And he's lucky that it extended to him.
Right, and that's the foundation, that's gonna be the biggest cost here.
he is
Well, it might not be.
He said 130 to 240 is what's gonna cost foundation. And then he says he put in the deck 2 years ago. Here he said 30,000. In an email he said 10,000, and that's got to be replaced. That's totally up to you.
It's terrible. It really is terrible.
And this was built. He sent a bunch of pictures. It was built on the old river.
Well, unless he can show that they were negligent in building the house there.
Why would you
But
go
that's
to a clinic
like
with
a, you
no
know,
MDs at all?
I mean, and or so Richard Bennight claim.
But that agent,
Get that
oh,
shit
kind of
together.
insurance agent, can you imagine the common
that's common story.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. He'll live on all.
Hey Tom, this light here is definitely better on video than that light over there.
Oh, I don't know why.
Do you not like it?
I don't like it. Now that you say it, I knew something was up, but you want me to have it on.
I'm saying it looks much better on the video. It looks much clearer
Yeah,
than
that's
it's on
fine.
video.
You know.
Go ahead and switch it off.
No, I'm
It's just
not
a-
going to switch it off. If you like it, I'm not going to switch it off. I knew something was up, and I didn't know what it was. I had forgotten to put on the.
Yeah, and I just put it on.
So that's the video there?
Yeah, when you talk, that's it.
We've got cameras
We got
here.
cameras here, there, and then Suzanne, she's in there, she's always running around.
They come in black and white. Love it.
You know, on the Trump issue, I had thought of this the other day because I said the same thing on. But if you were in battle, would you want Obama leading you or would you want Trump leading you?
Trump. I don't want to.
I mean, I suppose what that's it. And Obama was always, oh, I don't know this and stuff, you know.
Don't cross that line in the
Yeah.
sand.
And that's like say
The
Grant.
guy came over, kicked him in the balls, and he didn't do it.
Yeah. In the Civil War, Grant was a shitty guy, a drunk. Yeah. But what he did, basically won the war. He killed a lot of people, but he won the war. That's
Well, Lee was a gentleman, he wouldn't let that go.
He won, right, but he didn't have the assets. Right. But you're right, Lee was a gentleman and he was a smart leader.
But he lost.
But he lost against formidable odds.
They may even be able to get you closed in as fast as 10 days. So
But
get
the
started
one
now.
who was a real
303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000.
And he bust the back of the South.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Department of Real Estate.
Everything.
Who was the biggest?
6-mile wide path from Georgia to the ocean.
How about presidents? Who would you say was an ass?
You mean as a person?
As a person, oh, Lyndon Johnson. Fucking Lyndon Johnson was a terrible person.
Tom, I have the
Yeah.
caller in
I'd say
Compass
Obama
on
was a
4
bullshit
and 6 for that update. That's a great update.
Reagan,
They thought
I
the
think
plane
Reagan was.
approved when
And
she
Kennedy
was
was
being
too.
denied. I think it was a roof, wasn't it?
You gotta
Yeah,
look
tell
at
him
it.
I'm
You
gonna
see,
watch
you
this
say this
video.
on Obama.
Okay.
And he had the media all behind him.
I want
The
this
media was
person.
all behind him. They never criticized
Who?
him. Obama.
They're behind almost every Democrat.
A mouthful of veneers.
Well,
What Democrat weren't they behind?
That will also improve your health.
Keep thinking.
TMJ or stop.
No. What's his name from 76? Carter.
No. They loved Carter.
Did they?
Yeah,
Ooh, I think they got on him pretty good about the whole when he camped Olympics.
People loved Reagan.
And look at Reagan had a. You know, Reagan never had a House and Senate together. That was. He
I
was
think
always,
you guys forget that the media did not like Reagan. They hated
No,
him.
they did, but
Star
he was
Wars.
so. You're right.
The media does really like any president.
Right.
I mean, when you really think
Oh, they
about
love
it.
Obama.
They loved Kennedy. My
They
God.
loved Obama.
Kennedy they did.
Obama? The media didn't like?
Well,
Depends on which media you're listening to.
they loved Obama. Though.
Holy cow! They didn't hold him accountable for anything.
Even Fox wasn't that hard on Obama.
Exactly. Right.
They thought they'd be racist if they would.
That's
That was the card
yes.
that no white play.
Right. That's exactly right.
If you have questions
You can't win on that card.
for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, a place for mom.
And he pulled it a couple times on Fox.
Did you see the newest poll with African Americans though?
since, what's the rapper's name that came out, said he loves?
Kanye West.
He came out, it's 12% higher now, within a 10-day period or whatever it was.
Did you see the kind of hate mail he's getting from the...
He doesn't care.
Kanye?
Yeah, he doesn't care, man. He's got $500 million or more. Does he? He doesn't give a shit.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Solar is a big deal. Up till now, we really didn't know what to do with people that asked us about solar. We're so happy to have Cam Solar on board. Moving into Denver from the Texas market, they've been around a while. Cam Solar has 3,000 systems in operation. They give a 20-year performance guarantee. They do a solar analysis that takes just 20 minutes. That doesn't mean you hang on the phone for 20 minutes. It means you call them, give them your data. They'll call you back within 20 minutes with a complete estimate on what you will save, how it will perform, what it will cost. Here's the deal. Never a penny out of your pocket. With utility company rebates and federal tax credits, not a penny out of your pocket. You own the system, so there's no complications when you sell. You can do this either by phone or you can do it online. If you do it online, there's a special landing page just for my listeners. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. Good people. And you can get a phone analysis as well, a phone, direct, 720-449-2935, 720-449-2935, Cam Solar. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. So, Karen called and said, I had some weird kind of accident. Some guy in front of me was in a pickup truck. Something flew out and hurt my car, damaged my car. Karen, what was he hauling in his pickup?
He was hauling some furniture. It was like a desk or, big wooden furniture.
And when you put in a claim with his insurance, they had the nerve to say that this was an act of God because the wind blew it out of the truck. Is that right?
That's what they said, and so they denied my claim.
And how much damage are we talking about?
Probably just like $1,500. I mean, it wasn't a lot of damage, but the $1,500, I need a rental car while it's in the shop because everybody says it's going to take a couple weeks.
And also, you did not have comprehensive or collision coverage on that.
No, because I just have liability only because it doesn't need more.
So we called Brian Burns at Compass Insurance Group. Now, he had nothing to do with this claim. He did not represent that other party, nor does he represent you. We just use Compass Insurance as our insurance experts. That's why we've established this insurance help center. It's called theinsurancehelpcenter.com. People can call and get insurance checkups. They can review their policies or get help if they just need help in the insurance industry. Brian says, hey, I'm going to take a stab at this. He thought it was a stretch, this act of God, when it flies out of a pickup. He obviously did not have it tied down or anything. Brian, what did you do?
Well, so I called and I talked to Karen and got just a little bit more of the details of what was going on, and she had a claim acknowledgement that had a phone number. So I called and we talked, me and another guy here, his name is Jeremy, at my office. We called there and they were kind of hesitant to speak to us. We let them know, hey, we're trying to get this solved. And their example, and one that they called Karen about, they said, hey, it's no different than if a tree was planted in your yard and the wind blew it over. And so we let them know that's a really poor analogy because the big difference is the tree is rooted to the ground, has nothing to do with what that person had done to it. It's an act of God that the wind blew it. I said, this, in fact, he put it in the truck. It's not the same thing. It's his responsibility to tie it down. At that point, we told them we were with the Troubleshooter Network here, and at that point they said they were not able to talk to us further, and so they asked that we get permission from from Karen. So
Yeah.
then Jeremy called Karen again, and they tried calling a couple times down there. And then we left another voicemail to them whenever we weren't getting a reply. And lo and behold, they have changed their mind, and they're going to pay it.
Karen, did you know that?
Yes, I did. I was just amazed. I was talking to Jeremy. We tried a couple times to do a conference call with him so I can give my permission or whatever. It was late in the day, so we had to wait until the next morning. And surprisingly, out of the blue, at about 10 o'clock the next morning, the claim agent from Allstate called me. And she said, oh, yep, after reviewing the claim again, we decided we're going to go ahead and take care of it. So, yeah. So, oh my God, I was ecstatic. I actually kind of, danced around and just super happy. So, oh my gosh, Jeremy and you guys there at Compass, I mean, I can't, it was like a miracle.
Yeah, and they don't ask. They don't ask for anything in return.
Here's the other miracle.
Here's what I wanted to say, though. You ought to give them a shot at your business someday because they'll save you money. What were you going to say?
That was it. The other miracle is if you call them up right now, they're going to save you a ton of money from that Allstate.
No, for sure. No, she doesn't have Allstate. The other party did.
State Farm.
But they will save her money. So listen, here's the deal, Karen. Thank you. And now you can tell your friends it pays to listen to the Troubleshooter Show. This is a prime example where Brian Burns with Compass Insurance Group, an advertiser, a sponsor, they're also friends, they're on our referral list, they advertise with us, and we call on them to help solve problems. There is no other show, there is no other media outlet that does this. We work with our advertisers, who are background checked and approved, to be our advocates. And they get things done because they know how to speak the language. That's what we do with K&H Home Exteriors. We've sent them out to look at stuff before where people need professional opinions on how a job is done and if it's done right. Of course, it's always better to go to the good people to begin with and avoid the problems. So speaking of installation, Ted, what are the most common problems? Ted is the owner of K&H Home Solutions. What would be the most common installation error or problem, would you say?
People don't flash. You want to manage the water.
Okay.
So make sure water doesn't infiltrate.
They truly just put in a window and they don't flash.
Correct.
Really? What do? Just caulk it and call it good?
Yep. Yep, that's what they do.
That's actually hard to believe. I would like to go over what makes a good installation for homeowners throughout the show, because it's something they can ask about, okay, or look at, or again, call you directly. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, they are having fantastic results with their new offer. I love these guys because they are the pioneers, I call them, the pioneers when it comes to tinnitus research and hearing loss, one or both. They're good people. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa and now Dr. Borsick. These three women are truly dedicated to helping people. This is not one of these hearing places where they try to slam into hearing aids. In fact, they have free trial periods for hearing aids and for tinnitus devices. But here's the best part. Free tinnitus evaluations. That is not a small thing, okay? When you get an exam from a doctor, you pay. When you go to doctors, you pay. When you go to Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center to celebrate their new grand opening at their office, they're doing free tinnitus evaluations. This is a full testing and evaluation period to help you determine the level of tinnitus you have. You may have a hearing loss as well. Call them for an evaluation, 303-534-0163. Helpforringing.com is the website. Helpforringing.com.
This report is brought to you by Color of Colorado.
Construction and crash.
So Ted, even on a replacement window, it should reflash? Because it didn't on mine.
We do. We do. You know, a lot of times what we find is builders didn't flash.
Oh, okay. Background.
So it's amazing the things we see that builders got away with.
Most of the time, I just see the house wrap just folded in and the nail pin put on the top.
Yeah, well, a lot of times they just figure the nail pin covers the flash.
Oh, it acts.
Or the flash above the casing, the trim on windows.
Do you nail that fin in on top and then flash over it?
If we do that kind of installation, we don't do that kind of installation.
You don't do fins?
Not generally.
Oh, you're doing replacements. So
It's mostly an application for new builds.
Oh, that's right.
Because you have to,
You're right. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So the frame
you
is
can't
covered.
fit it, right.
Yeah, I mean, you have to trim back siding, you have to do a lot of,
I
additional
went
work
out
to
to
do
meet
that.
Art at Granite, and I met
I've done them that way
I
even
love
on
the story
retrofits,
about
but we
Mitch
cut
came to America
stuff
with
back and
$300
trim
in his
around
pocket.
it,
He starts
because I
working
love
at
that
Granite
pin.
and then decides to have his own place. But he does it a different way, okay? He's not a giant depot. Art of
But then you gotta
Granite
trim back a lot, because you're gonna use the tape to go over the trim as well.
direct from the
And
manufacturer.
you gotta go past the window.
Of Granite.
Yeah.
I gotta do a lot of trim.
Yeah,
what
it was lap siding with just big trims around the outside of that.
And they also do, of course, other
Then when you
stones like
cover,
marble,
the casing over,
limestone,
we do
all
cover,
kinds of
casing
stuff.
over.
By the
Buy
way,
another car
natural
wash?
stone or
What do you
Nah, I
do
guess
for
someone
the-
else wants me to.
Oh,
Find
the
another Hyundai.
boards.
Yeah,
Another
what?
Hyundai.
And he only charges for the beautiful fabrication
Hyundai.
installation.
You never had a problem
In
with
the kitchen
it.
right now, he's going to throw in the bath for no
It's a
charge.
hard one, Skyline.
Today, Art of Granite.
Skyline, they don't leak.
5919. I promise you, if you shop around, you pick Mitch at Art.
Well,
Walmart
they're not.
be up today. Yeah.
You don't do a fairly high jack.
What's up?
Walmart.
Look, I'm going to be in Walmart for another, I can already tell, 3-4 months,
I
man.
won't rip it through the sky.
I got a freaking $250,000.
I don't think you can. Huh?
People do it.
Long term, I'm so glad they bought that company. I think it's going to be one of the only ways they compete with Amazon. But right off the bat, I do agree it's going to hurt their profits for a while.
We got 8 Skylines. This last big hailstorm, we did the
Ross was talking
bulletproof glass.
the other day about, he was in Macy's the other day at 11 o'clock or 11:30 after the show to buy a sea jacket. He said, if I ever want to go somewhere where it's quiet, I'm going to go to Macy's. He said there might have been 6 people in
You know
there,
what?
5 people were.
I want to tell you something.
Macy's will be
We love Macy's for some things. It really works, some of the stuff. We find brands that we find in other stores much cheaper, and we've come to like it. But I know what you're saying. No, and I don't know why, because truly, they have they're better than Sears. They have the right stuff. I don't know what it is.
Well, I think it's because somebody goes in there and tries stuff on and then buys it on Amazon and saves.
You know who's really packed? It's Kohl's.
Kohl's has a deal with Amazon.
You know what I never understood? You know what I don't understand because I don't like them? Steinmart. I just don't like the way it looks.
Steinmart?
What do they sell? Steins?
I don't know.
It's like Kohl's.
It's like, yeah, but, and I don't like the way they look, but they really apparently have good, I hear good.
That deal that Kohl's cut with Amazon must be working.
Oh, look out!
The Kohl's stores are just packed. If you buy clothes on Amazon and they don't fit, you can take them back to Kohl's. They'll refold them, repack them, and send them back for free. That's a lost leader to get you in the store.
Why don't you just send it back to Amazon?
Well, you can, but Kohl's does it, and they figure for you for free, and they figure that since it didn't fit, you're in the store, they'll sell you something.
And they're probably right a lot of the time.
Anyway, they're packed. A couple times I've gone with my wife, and there's always a line of cashiers.
Macy's is a good deal on Levi's most of the time.
Yeah.
You belong to Costco?
My sister does. We go once a year. No, the one that owns the insurance agency.
I was seeing if you guys have an Elantra GT.
No, we go once a year to pack up on like a whole bunch of
I don't think they have it. I mean, this model
buy
is
like
so
20
stupid
packs
to
of
buy.
toilet paper and something, and then
There's no resale on it.
store.
You should go there because they have deals.
Yeah, they do.
Every month.
GTs and
Plumline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. I've known these guys for 30 years. Plumline Services. They're honest, ethical, and they are truly there to help you. Now, they would love to take a shot at your business, and that's going to be to your benefit because they're going to give you a free second opinion on any major estimate you've gotten on a furnace, water heater, power panel change, electrical panel change, sewer or drain work because they have their own drain division. So if it's plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, free second opinions. Think about this. You have a company that wants to come out and take a look and try to beat the price. They do want to try. But if you have a great deal, they're going to let you know. In some cases, they actually say, wait a minute. we'll give you a second opinion on this, but you don't need it. That has happened in the past. So call Plumline Services for honest, ethical, and great value work. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086. PlumlineServices.com. All right, let's keep going. 303-713-8255. You've been waiting a long time, Sarah. What's going on? This sounds serious. What's happening? Sarah?
I'm sorry, hello?
What's
Hi.
going on, Sarah?
Well, my son, who is 18 years old, recently was sentenced 8 years he had a fight with another group of people.
How long ago was this, Sarah?
This happened the incident happened in March of last year.
He got in a fight.
Yeah.
It was a group. It was a group fight, though.
Yeah, it was it originally started with his friend. He's 18 years old. His friend was 16 years old. Had a fight with someone on Facebook. His friend wanted to go fight these people, and there was a bigger kid. It was supposed to be just one other bigger kid. And my son, being the bigger kid, said, "Oh, I'm going to go help you, try to back him up." When they got there, there was a group of 10 to 15 people.
What did your son do?
Well, they got out of the car. They all kind of approached each other, and these people were coming at him with bats and hammers. And my son happened to pull out a gun.
Oh, my God. He pulled out a gun.
Yeah.
Did he shoot at him?
He shot up in the air.
He didn't shoot at them.
He didn't shoot at them. He shot up in the air. They all went running. They went back to the car.
All right, hold on, and we'll come right back to this.
Selfless service is the guiding principle.
But, so 8 years old, first thing, guess what he got?
8 years. That's what it says. But here's what I want to know. This is his first offense ever.
First offense ever.
That sounds like...
That's what she said. That's what she told me.
But where'd the gun come from, too? Because I assume
He brought it.
Yeah, but where did he get it from?
Oh, don't know.
Because that's another charge, too. So he picked up a few charges.
Felony menacing, though, is a real serious charge.
What?
They never found the gun. They never found the gun. They checked his...
They never found the gun.
Yeah, they
How
never
could they
found the
prove it
gun.
wasn't
Then how do they know that was a real gun?
Yeah, it could have been
Because the people told him.
It could have been a
The
starter
other guys
pistol.
that...
And he never admitted it.
He must have.
Well, he never gave a
That'd be a
statement
hard
to the
one to
police.
prove.
He never gave a statement to the
He
police.
had to have. Come on.
So then his friend ratted him out, right? They took a 16-year-old
No,
kid and were like,
I
listen.
think, no, the other group of kids. And then because they went back to the car...
But they're enemies. Well,
Yeah, they needed
Right.
some cooperation from someone that wasn't like a biased party, so the 16-year-old probably said something.
A good attorney would have said it was a starter pistol.
Yes.
So, felony menacing, yeah, he could have.
And they
He
spent
got
a lot of money on it.
Yeah, and terrorist threats, too, I'm sure, which is the new one after.
Kid with shot a gun in the air. But then they ran back to the car after he shot it, back to
Text
the
or,
car, shot
shoot me
again
what
before he
Crane
jumped in the
Act
car. Jumped in the car, and then the kids came with bats and broke all the windows out in the car.
You know what?
So then he got out of the car again and shot up in the air.
If it was an auto, it would have left casings on the ground.
They found casings, and
Oh, that's
this
one.
is the
Okay, so
okay.
it's
Wait,
not
whoa.
Yeah.
They found 9mm casings, and then they said it was a .45. So
What are
it's
you talking about?
this
Same kid.
This kid.
What kid? We were just talking to him on the
They
radio.
bought that
Well, I
Hyundai.
was fucking taking a piss. I had no idea who you were talking about.
the kid that was going to buy the Hyundai at Arapahoe that you're looking for.
His charge was felony menacing.
So Arapahoe got shot up?
Got an 8-year prison.
So her son was 18 years old. They got an issue. His friend got an issue on Facebook. So they were going to go fight. He went
Over Facebook?
Over Facebook. I know. So they went there, and it was like 5 of them, and they went there. There's 10 of them with bats and everything.
And there's one dude?
No, there were 5 of those guys, 10 of those guys.
So they pushed out?
So he took a gun out of his air and shot up in the air.
Oh, he's an idiot.
I know.
He brought a gun to a bat fight.
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to do that?
And then the other guy took out a bazooka. So he got in big trouble. You can't go fucking shooting a gun around at people.
No, right.
So what's she bitching about? He should be in jail.
He got 8 years.
8 years
Fucking
is
should.
that is a stout sentence. I mean,
It's a
they'll
stout sentence
do
for
4 on it tops,
8
but
years.
Yeah, but
And the thing about it, they made a deal with the DA.
And when he gets out, he'll have tats.
8 years for
So they made a deal with the DA, and then that DA went on maternity leave, and the new DA, the assistant DAs, said I didn't have any notes on this. where the fuck was his lawyer
Did
to
he,
get this here deal that he was going to do, saying, you know.
But why are they? What are they calling for?
They wanted to. They didn't want 8 years.
Why?
There's.
You can't go. So they all decide to go basically have a gang fight. One guy pulls out a gun and starts shooting.
And he gets in trouble.
And he gets in trouble, and now his mom, is it his mom?
I'll bet you he's got gang tats. That's not allowed.
Ask him that. Does he got a face tattoo, Tom? Ask him if he's got a face tattoo.
How did I miss this call?
I know, because you were selling the Honda.
There's some history here to get 8 years.
How the hell did I miss this one? I can't wait to comment.
And it got even better.
God.
Yeah, but keep in mind, this mother's hurting.
Wow, her kid went out and started shooting up the joint.
No, what I'm
Get the
saying
fuck out of here.
He shot in the air.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I saw
You know what? Walk into a bank and do it. You'll get 20.
So they made this deal with the DA.
Yeah, but Mark, really, let's just say this. Let's say what she's saying is true. Let's say it was his first offense. He gets out of the car and shoots in the air. Do you think he should get 8 years? I don't know.
I think 8 years was top sentence.
Well, you're forgetting the whole thing.
Let's just say
It starts apparently on social media. Then they decide to show up and actually fight, right? So they've already decided to go break the law. It's premeditated. That's right. And he decides to bring a gun to a knife fight and decides to start shooting up in the air. Or a bat fight.
When they pull up and saw the
It's not.
Facebook. What the fuck is that all about?
Tom, Facebook, to me, social media probably has bullying. You know, this stuff, social media is a big.
I hate when they
So do letters. I can write you a nasty letter.
I'll bet you a letter doesn't have the same impact as social media.
And I bet
because
you
other
can't
people
respond to a
read
letter
your
in 45 seconds.
You're saying if I write something right
Kind
now,
of a response.
it wouldn't have the same if I typed it into Facebook.
Absolutely not. Because
Mark, I will
you're
say this. I love Trump for one thing.
Oh man, here we go. I
Pulling
can't
out of
wait.
the Iran agreement. I cannot tell you what that has done.
That was a
Really?
bad.
I think
bad
pulling on
deal.
a Paris Accord is even bigger.
What do you mean? What has it done for you?
Oh my.
Oh, you're oil royalty.
God.
Of course.
I got.
That's not doing it.
Oh no.
No, that's
Oh
not
really?
good. No.
Guess what?
No.
I already got fucking. As a
No,
direct result, my attorney said, the gas and oil attorney said, 30% increase overnight because of that. 30 fucking percent. Because people are worried about unrest.
The Venezuela thing has a bigger deal than
Well,
that
I'm
Iran
saying
thing.
that they are saying that we call it psychological, anything you want, but
It
you
might be
can't say it had no effect.
It had a
Because
huge effect.
overnight, that people are thinking unrest. But Dan, none of this shit has to have
There's
facts.
other things. There's a bigger draw. There's a 10 million
gives a
barrel
shit?
draw
Who gives
from
a
the
shit?
report. Venezuela's going there. That oil there is all
So wait,
promised
wait.
to.
So you're saying the 30% increase in value was for what reason? For Venezuela?
Venezuela is the biggest thing. That's why we get our oil.
Well, what happened there?
They're going down several 100,000 barrels a day because of the unrest. But Venezuela is falling apart.
But doesn't it have to do with the unrest in the Middle East?
No, Venezuela is South America.
No, I know that, but are we depending more on them because of that?
Absolutely, that's heavy oil. That's all the refineries in the.
So you're
Texas.
saying the Iran thing is coincidental to my increase?
I say it might have some psychological, but it's not going to affect us at all.
No, it's not going to.
But it affected perception, which is
Anything fucking affects us.
Wait, you're saying nothing affects us?
No.
You're right. The perception is huge.
Yes, I'm saying.
Yes, the perception is huge.
I know it
It's
is.
an opportunity for the oil companies to raise their prices.
That's exactly what I'm saying. But don't say it doesn't have effect. It doesn't have a real effect. Okay, like in the actual supply is what you're saying. But man, I'll tell you what, this attorney wrote to me and said, man, if you ever wanted an exit strategy, now is the time.
I agree. We talked about that 2 days ago.
In fact, I got to get out now, or I'm going to be screwed and glued and tattooed.
You getting a face tattoo?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. We're talking about all kinds of fun stuff. Buy and build. How about that? Wholesale materials or below wholesale. Buyandbuild.net. This hour brought to you by buyandbuild.net. I'm Tom Martino. We have a lot going on, talking about home improvements today, talking about your problems, questions, and complaints. What about a kid sentenced for 8 years to jail just for shooting a gun in the air? Is there more to the story? There always is. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about problems with movers on RV repair. We'll talk about criminal defense here with Joe Lazzara, our attorney. But let me just say that this is an incredible place, Buy and Build. If you are looking for home improvement, interior finish items, buy and build, they have laminate flooring, hardwood flooring, they have tile, they have cabinets, they have granite, they have all kinds of projects. The plumbing fixtures are unbelievable. Plumbing fixtures, a tenth of the cost of even big boxes. And the electrical fixtures and ceiling fans. If you go in the basement, you never know what you're going to find. That's the bargain basement. You will have fun, if nothing else. Go to the Big Ugly Warehouse at 4800 Washington Street. Meet the Big Ugly owner if he's in. That's Courtney. He's a great guy. Buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street. And, yeah, you can say I said it. You know, he is a good guy. I just bought some stuff from him. I did an entire bathroom. I swear to you, all of the materials at Buy and Build were under $2,000. It just astounds me. Buyandbuild.net. Yeah, go up there. 4800 Washington Street. Okay, so what happens? Sarah, listen, and I just want to preface this by saying a couple things, Sarah, okay? We get calls from time to time from parents, and God love them. They're sticking up for their children. They're concerned about their children. And no matter what, I just want you to know we're going to talk about this not as if we know your son, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it objectively. And Sarah, on the face of it, it looks like, and Joe Lazzara, a criminal defense attorney, is listening in. On the face of it, it looks like your son showed up to a fight after the words were exchanged on Facebook. And I can't believe that social media starts fights. But anyway, your son and his friend, they are going to meet this other gang, and they're going to fight it out. And they're going to meet somewhere, and your son had the forethought, or you could call it premeditation, to take a gun with him. It's, you know, does he normally carry a gun with him?
No, I mean, my son,
Why did he have a gun? That's the first question.
I ask every day, you know.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, it's not normal, right? How old is your son?
No.
How old is he?
He's 18 at the time.
Is 18?
He's never been in trouble before.
This was March 2017 and has no record.
Yeah.
He shows up to this fight with a gun. You say when he saw the crowd coming, how many people showed up on the other side?
He states there is about 10 to 15 people.
Okay.
A group of guys.
And did he know, did he and his 12-year-old friend, did he know they were going to show up with 15 people?
No, and his friend was 16.
Oh, 16, I'm sorry. So when he and his 16-year-old friend showed up, and these boys start approaching with bats and whatever, he shot a gun in their direction, but into the sky.
Yeah,
I call BS on this. We're missing a point. This kid's no salt to the earth. This is crazy.
We're not saying he's salt to the earth. We're, you know,
she's pretty much making it out like that.
No, she isn't.
I don't think the cops, for firing a gun in the air, I don't think you get 10 years if 15 people are coming at you with baseball bats. I don't see this happening anywhere.
Why do you think it wasn't called self-defense, Sarah?
I don't know, because after shooting the gun and he runs back to his car, these group of people came with their bats and broke out all the windows of his car after he had shot the gun. Then
now, what did they say? What did they say? He got out of the car and approached him with a gun, and they ran after him with bats to protect themselves.
They didn't say that. They did say that they were in the police report. It did say that they were there. They exchanged words. My son pulled out the gun.
Now, was he convicted or did he plea? Was he convicted? This is very important, and that's an easy answer. Was he convicted in a trial?
No, he pleaded guilty for a lesser charge.
And what was the charge he pleaded guilty for?
He pleaded guilty to a lesser felony charge of drugging, even though from what I was explained to, even though it didn't have nothing to do with the crime.
It was attempted murder, Tom.
It was originally attempted murder for shooting into the sky, and then they never found the weapon, right?
Never found the weapon.
All right. So he was charged with attempted murder and pleaded to what?
Of felony drugging, which I apparently
drugging. Clint, I think Clint is shaking his head. No, I don't know why you would know that, Clint. She was there. I mean, so you're assuming it was menacing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay. I guess, Sarah, that Clint disagrees with you, and he says your son was charged with menacing.
No, those charges, because he had 5. Originally, he was charged with 3 attempted murder, 3 counts of attempted murder, felony menacing, and a prohibited use of a weapon.
That's what he was charged with originally, and then he pleaded to what's called drugging. I've never heard of drugging.
This is apparently what I was explained to, that this is a charge that people get for providing too much alcohol to somebody.
Okay, so hold on a sec. So he pleaded to this, and then he was sentenced to 8 years?
Yeah, and at the time with the plea deal, the DA also suggested he could do time with the juvenile correctional system, considering he doesn't have any kind of criminal history, never been arrested.
Okay, where is he doing his time?
The Department of Corrections.
Where?
Colorado Department of Corrections.
Where?
In Los Animas, Colorado.
Okay,
County.
so he is actually doing time right now.
Yeah.
When will he be eligible for parole?
2022.
Holy crap.
Well, that's 3 years.
So,
4 years.
Yeah, and we just...
All right, just hold on.
Let's not forget, he shot a gun at someone.
Mark,
then he got rid of the gun.
Mark, this woman called for information, and that's what I'm giving her. You can give her the speech afterwards. Joseph Lazara, attorney at law. Joe, as far as a defense attorney, what's going through your mind when you hear this? Does it sound typical?
No. There's got to be more to the story.
Of course.
Something else going on. Because felony menacing, how do I get to that 8 to 10 year sentence? That's what I'm wondering. How do we get there?
Well, okay. When you do a plea deal, one second, Sarah. When you do a plea deal, Joe, do they look at the original crime, or did they look at literally the charge you're charged with when it comes to sentencing?
They look at the charge. I mean, they look at the facts, the underlying facts, obviously. But each type of plea, let's say felony menacing, you're looking at each plea. There are categories on felonies: Class 1, Class 2, Class 3, Class 4, Class 5, Class 6. They all have a presumptive prison sentence. And, typically on a felony menacing, an F5, it's 1 to 3 years. It could be aggravated. And
what about this drugging? What about this? Have you heard of drugging?
Felony drugging, Joe?
Well, not the way she's phrasing it. Have I seen providing alcohol to a minor? Yes, that's a felony.
What do you think would get him 8 years?
There's got to be a couple charges, or either he pled to multiple counts and the DA or the judge ran him consecutively, or he pled to something greater.
Let's just pull it up.
Yeah.
Can we look it up, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. So Sarah, you're calling obviously because you think it's unfair. Now, this happened.
This is.
Go ahead.
Well, part of because I did hire a lawyer behind this.
Now, was he represented? Was he represented before? Was he represented on this charge when he went to court? He was.
Yes, we had the lawyer the whole time through the process. Yes.
Okay, and the attorney was advising him. So, what was the purpose of the call today? If you could just get to that, and then we'll see what we can do.
Okay, so after his sentence, and our attorneys decided that we were going to ask to reconsider his sentence on the grounds that his co-defendant or the young boy that was with him also was charged with some charges, and I'm not exactly sure what he was, but he was a juvenile. So his proceedings went through the juvenile court.
But then what?
He only got 1 year of probation. He didn't get
So you asked for reconsideration basically because you thought it was too harsh. I mean, so what was the result of that?
The judge denied the hearing for a reconsideration on the
So what's the next step, Joe, if she wanted to take a next step?
That's what I'm calling for.
Yeah, what's the next step, Joe?
Else?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can appeal that decision to a higher court, to the Colorado Court of Appeals. That would be the next step.
Okay, so...
and then if there's any, I don't know if they preserved any errors, but yeah, I mean, you have the right to appeal. The drawback is he pled. so your rights are a little bit more limited on appeal, but he does have the right to appeal.
Okay, hold on a second. Suzanne, would you get a case number from Sarah? Hold on, Sarah, and see if Joe can look up some details. This is sounding strange to me. 303.
Yeah, real strange.
713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
Well, I thought I could give her my speech. What happened there? I mean, this is crazy. She calls in her kids. Just waving around a gun, shooting in the air. He got 8 years. I mean, that's probably what he should have got. You don't go out into society. You don't go on Facebook, decide to start a fight with someone. You show up. They bring more people than you think, and you start firing a gun. You got a minor with you in this whole drugging thing. Maybe the minor, he did get drugged. There's way more to this story. Common sense tells us that. And you know what? I guess I do feel a little bad for her, but my God, her kid was going a little crazy.
All right, let's talk. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You just heard from Joe Lazzara, an attorney I hope you never need. I also hope you never need John Fuller, Fuller Law, a personal injury attorney. Of course, personal injury attorneys are there when you get hurt and you ask the question, now what? Is anyone responsible? You know, that's a natural question to ask. It really is. Because if someone is responsible under our system of justice, they need to pay to make you whole, to reimburse you for economic losses, for pain and suffering. And John Fuller will tell you the truth. He will evaluate your case and just be straight with you on what he can do for you, if anything. And if he takes on the case, he will take it on with his passion and his tenacity for justice. 303-597-4500. John will also not waste your time and tell you if you're wasting your time. Fuller Law. John Fuller. The website, personalinjuryco.com. 303-597-4500.
They made a deal with the assistant DA that he was serving time in a juvenile facility.
He's 18.
They can still go up till 24, they told me that.
Can I get a mirror to help me with something? For some reason, just all of a sudden, and this happens with WordPress, on the live post, it won't post the feature image anymore. It just will not post it. It just comes up.
Is it on the news site or what is it on?
Troubleshooter. But just go under and you can look at it.
But sending
Send me an email to describe it.
Okay.
So
with a link to the one you're talking about. Or
whatever this drugging thing, she doesn't have. But what I'm saying is, if you make a deal with the DA, that DA went on maternity leave, and they didn't have any notes. I would like to know when you make a deal, doesn't your lawyer have that deal?
You know who you could ask about that?
Joe Lazzara.
No. Guess who you could ask about that? Bill fucking Cosby. Not only did he have a deal with the DA, they signed off, they stamped it and did it. A new DA came in and said, fuck you. They had the paperwork, they had everything.
You should bring that up.
A deal with the DA means nothing.
That's what I would like.
Actually, it means this. You have a deal with that DA.
So that would be a great deal.
We started that.
I don't know if you can look it up. Because that's a great question.
Well, of course it's a great question. I asked it.
Because here's what I
It's not a question. I stated a fact. That the DA means shit.
I know, and that's what
GoCamSolar.com and look for.
And I guess I would like Joe to say
Troubleshooter button or click on
it
my
means shit.
I like that better. I don't like slashes, but we gotta ask them. We'll ask them. I'll let you know. I'm going to the site right now. Okay, here's what they do based on the original charge.
See, I don't. How can they know they can't? Because they
8 years for drugging.
Yeah. Right, but they don't even have. There's not even a drugging charge.
It's on their domain.
They told her that. It's something.
If you basically, with most pages, they're structured this way. That's why people
get hacked. They don't have to go by
shit like
that.
that.
Always like 6 to 12. Yeah, I know. It doesn't say 8 years.
No, it does. Name page. They usually.
My question is though, if they,
unfortunately,
and I would like Joe to say that. If they make a deal with the DA, what does it mean?
Yeah, these guys. This is.
And it sounds like it means, like we say, with Bill Cosby,
whatever the deal is.
Or with this person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean shit.
So that's
why they deal with that.
But when you make a deal, do you sign something?
Instead of doing that, you could even.
The Cosby one did. Fuck yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this. I would like Joe.
They said it wasn't with that DA. That DA didn't have.
See, that's crazy. Well,
I agree. So you're saying he should have been able to rate people?
You know why we're all having this thing?
Just click on my picture.
No, it's not that. It's what this is a different question.
Oh,
no,
definitely don't have the whole story.
Right. Well, this is a totally different question. This is a question if you make a deal with the DA, does it matter if a new DA comes in there? And they're all assistant DA. Now, this DA from Cosby, what was that, 2 different states?
And then he has
same
fucking county.
This is where
same deal for Cosby. To me, that's just
holy shit. We've never had
talking about this lady. Every time we have something that we can't figure out, it's because we're missing information.
With this lady.
You're
Of course we're missing info. If we ran that kid, I guarantee there's going to be all kinds of shit. There's probably 5 or 6 charges.
Other people were helping.
No, but they can charge many charges. And what they do, they always charge more, and they can add later too. So what I'm saying is, even has nothing. Exactly.
You probably got charged with multiple offenses of attempted murder.
I think
probably every one of them in your car.
Maybe 15 charges if 15 kids showed up.
But the charges is really the.
But you don't bring a gun to a bat fight. You simply don't do it.
I think I would if I knew that.
There's 15.
They beat up that car and it had the bats though. I would have gone for it.
You know what one of their things was is that they found the shell. I asked him, was it revolver and automatic? He said an automatic. Yeah, he said yeah. And they found shells, but it was a 9mm, and he shot a 45. But they never found the gun.
Is your internet working here? God almighty.
These computers are so old.
They look the same.
It's working.
No, I know, but
so I want to show them our digital
pick some
campaign
shells
we did for that plumber. Oh my God, is it working?
Hit it on your. Oh, where's your laptop?
Shells right there.
Or they just found them.
Oh, could have been a bad neighbor.
No.
I want to show you.
They say, hey,
hit it. I'd love to do
Cops.
this. I know Excel does. We don't.
You know that.
That's why.
I mean, they plaster it.
But that's what I'm saying, and a lot of it is to make their job easier.
It's just
You know, I'm not saying the guy.
I'll show you over here.
Yeah. Okay.
To make their job
So
easier.
this,
I still want
never missing.
We're missing something.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Pro Auto Care is your car nanny. What I mean is, if you go to Pro Auto Care for your 30,000 mile check, your 60,000 mile check, all of your work, you will not void a warranty. They keep all of your service records as if they're the dealer, but they do it cheaper, better, and faster. It's that simple than the dealer. Cheaper, better, and faster. Mark's happy because he came up with that slogan. So anyway, we just shot some commercials for Pro Auto Care. We love Al, and he does a great job. But he keeps all of your records and then reminds you when something is due based on your average mileage and your VIN number. And it will not void warranties. You don't have to go back for service. The only thing you go back to a dealer for is if it is a warranty item. And Pro Auto Care would let you know that. 303-PRO-AUTO is the number. 303-PRO-AUTO. Or 303proauto.com is the website. And they have very special deals there. If you read about me and then click right there, very special deals for my listeners only. 303proauto.com. Okay, I want to keep going here. Sarah, at this point, we can't do anything for you except look up the case and see if there's any extraordinary details. Yes, Suzanne.
Joe's looking it up right now.
He's looking it up right now. So we can call Sarah back or however you want to do it, Suzanne. Mark?
I'm waiting with bated breath,
on the case.
Yeah, I want to see what exactly happened.
Okay, speaking of attorneys, Ben needs an attorney. Ben, what's going on in your life? What's happening, sir?
Hey, Tom, I've been listening to you since Father John was...
Oh, my God, that's almost 40 years. I mean, I think... I don't know when he died. I forget when he died.
I remember. I don't remember the exact date.
Anyway, so anyway, Ben...
Tom, here's the thing.
I think it was in 03 or 04, 05 maybe. Anyway, what's going on with you?
Well, I got beat up pretty bad, and... Joel is there, right, on the attorney?
He's on my referral list. Yeah, he's not here today in the studio. We can get a hold of anybody you need. Now, when you say you got beat up, are you talking about truly, like, literally beat up?
Yes.
What happened?
Well, are you sitting down, Tom? I'm sure you are.
Yes, I am.
I invited 2 of your co-workers to have dinner with my wife and myself, and I promised them there would be no shop talk.
Mm-hmm.
We went to dinner with this guy last week.
And
and what happened?
He's a cool guy.
They could slap me. They could do whatever. And Tom, if my eyes ever, the swelling goes down to my vision, I'd like to send you pictures of what they did.
Now, my coworkers did this to you?
Yes, and I'm not going to identify them.
Okay, they beat you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you need an attorney?
Well, John Fuller.
I'm a vicious girl.
Now, hold on. Did you guys, are the people who shall remain nameless, are they
it's us.
Are their initials MM and SM?
Cat's out of the bag.
What did you do to this guy?
What didn't we do to this guy?
I thought he was serious at first. I'm thinking, oh my God, did Clint beat somebody?
This guy's been listening to you for...
Did he go into a roid rage?
25 years.
He loves you, Tom.
Okay, so Ben.
Yes.
So you really had a good time is what you're saying.
You know what, Tom? These two people
Aren't they nice
so
people?
Wonderful,
Yeah.
so gracious.
Yes.
This man speaks nothing but the truth.
I don't know if I'd call Mark gracious, but...
What do you
No,
mean? I'm very gracious.
My wife and I had an
Hand me a 20.
absolute blast with them.
You know, Mark and Suzanne have been known to take listeners out to dinner. I think it's wonderful. And I've done it too. It's not like I...
Well, no, first of all, I got to correct you. We allow them to take us out to dinner.
So, Ben, where did you go to dinner? Let me guess. Ruth's Chris.
No.
Where?
Telemark.
Del Frisco.
They sell lobsters. And there's red in the name.
Oh, come on. Red Lobster?
Red Lobster.
What a big spender.
You know, Tom, and I did email them about teasing you about this.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say who okayed it, but I'm going to tell you what. Yeah. You have got two people on your staff that are so wonderful.
They are. They are. Yep. You're right.
Drew, cut out a lot of this stuff so we can put it together and just air it.
Ben, by the way, thank you very much for being a listener. I certainly appreciate it. I really do. David has a problem with movers. Then we have some questions on email for K&H Home Solutions. David, what's going on with you?
Hi, Tom. Really appreciate you taking the call.
Thank you, man. What's going on with, you know, moving is a terrible, terrible, terrible problem. And in essence, I'm going to just say this. Most movers, not some, most are ripoffs. It's unfortunate. In that industry, most of them are ripoffs. Isn't that terrible?
Yes, absolutely. What I did was I was living in Colorado Springs and contracted through Presidential Movers. And they they subcontracted to
How did you hire
movers.
Presidential? How did you hire Presidential?
Well, I was looking for a moving company, and they came back with a really good price to move. And
So they're
wow.
brokers. They're brokers. See, on the internet, you don't know if you're getting a moving company or you're getting a broker. You don't know what you're getting. You just don't. You don't know what you're getting. And most of the time, you get a broker who sells your contract to God knows who, and you end up with anyone.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And this company is called AM Movers out of Aurora. And they came down and picked me up and took my furniture. And, they picked it up on April 15th. I said, I need it delivered April 21st out in Tucson, Arizona, my house. And they, And so I called Presidential up and talked to their service people.
And what happened?
The service people said, well, you know, between 500 and 1,500 miles would take 3 to 10 business days. I said, great. I said, I'm in the middle, about 800 miles, and I says, it's going to be 5 business days. And they said, oh, well, we'll see. Well, I had the money prepared to give them a cashier's check when they did my pickup.
Right.
And they gave me an estimate. Hey, it's going to cost you this.
So what's the problem now?
Well, I had the check ready, and they refused the money.
Why?
Saying
it was more, they
because
said.
They have to weigh the load.
Right. They do this all the time. They give you a price. Then at the other end where they can hold you hostage, they won't unload until they weigh it. Then the weight always comes in way more than the estimate. And if you don't pay them, they take it away and charge you daily storage until you do. It's a no-win situation. And is that what happened in a nutshell, David?
No.
Okay, what happened? Tell me what happened. No, David, tell me what happened then. When they came there, did they say that the load was heavier than they estimated?
They said that, exactly.
Okay, now, hold on. So that did happen, and did they want more money?
No, they said, we don't know what the price is because we're adding the packing material onto it.
And when they added it all up, did they want more money?
$582 more.
Okay, so I was right. They weighed it and said it was heavier, and I was right that they wanted more money. So when you said I was not right, which part did I get wrong?
The part that they're saying, hey, we're going to deliver it on the 21st.
I never said that. David,
Well,
what
yeah.
I said was they showed up and told you it was heavier than they estimated, and they told you they wanted more money. On both of those counts, I am correct. Is that what they did?
Absolutely.
Okay, what then, tell me please, what did you do?
What I have done is I called them and said, how much do I owe you?
No, yeah, not that part. Did you ultimately get your stuff?
No.
Okay, so do they still have your stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay, where is it?
It's in the warehouse.
Where?
At AM Movers in Aurora, Colorado.
Okay, and where did it move from?
Colorado Springs.
Okay, and what was the original estimate?
$5,136.
And they wanted 500 more.
582 more. 5718.
I can't believe you spent $5,000 or 50. They want 5,600 for a move from Colorado Springs
to Tucson.
Oh, oh, but the stuff is now in Aurora.
That's right.
But they usually get paid on. They usually get paid on delivery. Wait, they picked up your stuff in Colorado Springs, and then they wanted a check from you.
They didn't want a check from me at that time because they said they had to wait.
Okay, then after they weighed it, that's when they wanted the money. But before delivery, they wanted the money. Usually they do this game at the end when they deliver it. So I did have.
They took 3/4 of the money as a deposit.
I get it.
Which I deposited.
But they never
and
ever.
Now $900 when they deliver it.
Right, but you never got to that part because they told you it was going to be 500 more.
Well, they never got to it because they keep coming up with excuses. Oh, the truck broke down. Oh, we had to wait for another
But are they
load.
charging you daily storage right now?
No, they're not.
How do you know?
Well, because of the simple fact is Presidential had told me, hey, you get 30 days free storage.
Okay, and do you have that in writing?
No.
All right. David, you are royally screwed right now because they're in full control. You have none of the promises in writing. Your stuff is sitting in Aurora, and when is it supposed to be in Tucson?
Was supposed to be here April 21st.
Okay, so you're in Tucson right now?
Sure am.
God, you must feel powerless. We need to help you. Deputy Clint, I need you to call right now, but what happened on the previous call you made, the one you just made? What was that on? The one you just made. The first of the show, I asked you to make a call. Which one was it, though? Which problem?
He's looking.
I just want to make sure we keep people. What's that? The fence. Yeah, she gave that guy. Remember, she gave that guy $500 or $600, and he never came back. You couldn't get a hold of him, just the voicemail. This is a problem.
Well, those guys disappear. I mean,
now
that's what
we
they do.
told that woman it was a stab in the dark. We're going to try to help, and I'm going to tell you the same thing. We are going to try to help you, David. Okay, this is a terrible situation. You're in Tucson. You need some help. Your stuff is in Aurora. And you can't get a price out of him. It's at the bottom line. You just can't even get a price, even if you wanted to pay, right? Okay, so hold on. 303-713-TALK. Try to get a price out of him, Clint, because the whole thing was supposed to be $51.36 plus $500. Let's try to get a price. Robert's got an update on a problem that Mark talked about earlier. We'll see where it's going on there, something that we helped with. 303-713-8255. Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal for used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. If you need a vehicle, shop around. You'll hear me tell you to shop. I want you to shop, and I want you to check cars out. But then make Rocky's part of your list Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturdays 9 to 6, for trucks, cars, SUVs, vans, even a motorcycle now and then. And they have all of the prices clearly marked, plus 40 lenders to choose from. Rockies.
And
And then,
What's that?
if Robert did call Warner, I want another number, but we got
She may
No, she doesn't have a
Oh, you'll have one.
I'll bring
What is a drugging victim? I'm very curious about this. This is fucked up, man.
What is?
This guy, he pled guilty to assault 2 and this other charge of drugging victim.
I've never.
I'm trying to figure out
That
what
sounds
it
like
is.
He was a drugging victim, or
No,
drugging
they
victim.
pleaded to. Listen, I originally talked to Grandma.
Mark,
She
which one
really
do you want me
knew
to do
nothing
for
was
Major
going on.
Radio, please?
I still don't know.
Mark, listen.
Oh, no. It was, carpet guy. Do you still have the copy on it? The 3 for 9, the whole house for 129. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
carpet cleaning guy, Doctor.
Carpet doctor.
Why, is he not busy?
I just throw him a bone occasionally. I really like that guy, man.
I like him too.
Plus, he will help us.
Is it carpetdoctor.com or what is it?
Gotta make that, because there's two
What is
little
this?
doctors.
I know, I need to know it. I don't know if I have it. I'll look for it, Mark, but I don't know if I have it.
they clean carpets, or?
Whole house, man. No bullshit. They don't try to upsell you this, and you have pets.
And that's all pre.
The website
everything.
is.
For a licensed HVAC tech in your home, fully insured, to treat your home like their own. So now
I think we all used them.
Sounds like it.
I'm sure. I'm telling you.
I've used them.
I've used them.
So
I've
it's
used them.
cleaning, not replacement.
Cleaning.
Fixmyhome.com.
In fact, I was the first to use them. I beat Mark.
God, this computer is so slow. It's unbelievable. I believe it not.
Mark, I don't have it.
I'm giving it to you right here. Okay, ready for the phone number. Mike Ross, Carpet Doctor, 720-298-0352.
Please give me the website. That's really.
I'm on his Facebook. And then
Is it called The Carpet Doctor or Carpet Doctor?
Carpet Doctor Inc.
Okay, that's what it is.
Your prescription for the cleanest carpets. And do this. Go. Do it. Light them up. $100 for the whole house.
Are you telling me?
$100 for the whole house.
Mark, did he tell you that?
I'm staring at it right here. $100 for the whole house.
No, it's
right here.
impossible. What he's
I'm staring at it. Literally.
No matter how good the house is?
Doesn't matter. He doesn't care.
Do you know what? He did it for 129 before. And this guy is crazy.
He's a one-man in a truck.
It doesn't
It's a
matter if
beautiful
your house
setup.
is 20. I swear to God, he'll do your house whether it's 3,000 or 4,000 square feet, and he does a great job.
I felt so bad when he finished. I got a 6,000-foot house, and the carpet's probably 3,000. I gave him $200 or $250 or whatever.
No, you got to. I mean,
He won't.
you know that I had a job done. $800. This guy charged $129.
I did too. My house was more than yours. It was 800 plus from, I'm not going to say, and I about had a heart attack. And this guy came out, didn't try, and the $800 plus company wanted to charge extra for some steps and some other shit.
Yeah, that sets everything.
Everything was an argument. This guy, 129 at the time. He
I think it's
didn't try to
139.
say anything, did he? He doesn't try to sell you anything, does he?
No, but I think it's 139.
He'll say if your pet's gone anywhere, is there any particular areas he'll go around, pre-spray it, do. He does everything.
Move the furniture and all that stuff?
No, he's not going to move. He'll move a little further.
Did you see the info from Joe Lazaro for Sarah's son? I emailed it to both of you. And then Joe just texted me saying I'm going to get you more info here in a minute.
Oh, good.
Let's wait. Get her off.
Yeah, wait till we get more.
Would you send me through something?
What? Oh, yeah, of course. I don't quite understand why.
You need your car. Get him. Call him before he gets slammed. When we get that offer out, he's going to be so
slammed.
He's not rushed. Oh, yeah, then it doesn't matter.
What did I say his last name was, Mike?
Even if you get the special.
You know what I got?
They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559.
It was 139. It wasn't 120.
The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options. And I have to be there when they call her before treatment. Designed to help reduce and you talk to abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free no obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 7
Tom, light his fucking phone up.
555 720-893-5559. Call today. Denver's Talk Station, 630 KNO.
Yeah, he's very spiritual.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. People, listen, I'm going to allow you to spread this around, but this is, and when I say this, I mean this. Of any deal I have ever had on my show, in the history of this show, this is the best deal in any category, any form whatsoever. I mean, I love my sponsors. I love them all. Well, what does the website, before I say this, what does the website say? Does it say this or does it say?
It's so hard to believe.
No, what does
it says what you have.
And I'm going to do that,
but it's
Mark,
crazy.
Then don't give it away. But I'm telling you that people, this is, unless his website was hacked, but it's not, because even at his full price, it's still cheap.
And I checked his Facebook, too.
Okay. Now, this offer, I'm talking, if you take every category of every deal we've ever done, nothing comes close to this. There are no tricks. There are no hooks. There is no catch. There is no upselling. Listen, please listen. Don't assume it's a catch or it's not real. It is real. And if you don't call this number, I am going to kick you in the butt because you are stupid. This is the most extraordinary deal in carpet cleaning in history. Now, he does wonderful carpet cleaning, hot water extraction. He works his ass off. He is one single operator with one van, so you may have to wait.
It's all brand new equipment, too.
Oh, no, he's wonderful. He is a great guy in and of himself. But he is going to clean your house. Now, what size is your house? It doesn't matter. If you have an 8,000 square foot home or you have a 1,200 square foot bungalow, you're going to pay the same price. Are you ready for the price? It doesn't matter what size your home is. If you call today and get on the schedule, you will only pay $100. I swear to God, $100. Now listen carefully. There are other companies that have similar names. Do not confuse them. Now, I know great carpet cleaners that would do my home for $800 to $900. He will do it for $100. There is no trick. And you don't say, well, Tom, I have wall-to-wall carpeting and I have a 9,000 square foot home. Doesn't matter. Well, Tom, what about my home? It's only 900 square feet. It doesn't matter. You will never get this level of work at this price and the job well done for $100, not $101, not $98, not an upsell for spot treatment, nothing. It's $100 no matter who are. If I call, it's $100. If you call, it's $100. If your house is big, it's $100. If your house is small, it's $100. Carpet Doctor Inc. Here's the number. 720-298-0352. We have experienced this service. This is not a joke. $100. Listen, his regular price is only $129. But he's doing a special because he's crazy. He is absolutely insane. You know what, Mark?
He'll book it. Here's how he looks at it. He can do probably 2 jobs a day. The guy works 6 days a week. He'll probably book out a month and a half's worth, and if you do the math, he's actually making good money. He doesn't have to have employees. He's got his vehicle. It's great.
But there is no company that can touch it for $500 on an average home. He does it $100, 720-298-0352. This does not even classify as a commercial. It's charity, I swear to God. 720-298-0352, $100, the carpet. Now, don't get mad at me if you have to wait. Hey, Robert, tell me this. We talked about this car you bought from Car Hop and how it ultimately ended up. Who worked on this with you at the Troubleshooter Network?
I think it was...
It was me.
Deputy Dan.
Yeah.
Deputy Dan. Finally, he's doing something.
The muscle.
That's good. And so you were very disappointed because you couldn't get this emissions done, could you?
No.
What was the hang-up?
They just ended up giving me my money back, and then the car is still in the shop being worked on.
It's like 2 months later, man. We had a pretty heated discussion, Deputy Dan and myself, on this one. You sell someone a car, and they did the right thing. They gave him an emissions test, Tom, but he shows up to get the emissions test. It fails. He brings it back. Fast forward almost 2 months later, he still doesn't have a vehicle. He's making payments. They got to give him his money back, and thank God they did.
Either that or make it pass.
Yeah, but 2 months? Okay, so do you give him
you
a
don't
year?
No, of course not. You don't. You give him what usually it takes to get your registration. If it delays your registration, then you figure it's a non-starter. You can't get your license plates. But if you have a temp tag, did your temp tag expire, Robert?
I think it expires next week, actually.
Yeah, so I would say you have until the temp tag expires reasonably.
Yeah, but
now,
he didn't
voucher, no, I understand.
He didn't have use of the car, though.
No, I know that, Mark. I know that. The law says a reasonable time, so there is no... Now, the 3-day is what they're required to give you in a voucher. That gives you 3 days to have it tested. If you do not get it tested within that 3 days, they have no obligation to you. So they either have to sell it with this 3-day voucher, or private parties can sell it with a current sticker if it's not more than a few. I don't know what the rule is, but it has to be very current, and then you can inherit it, right? And Bob, the car guy, has all that in his head. I don't. Do you remember what it is, Dan?
Bob said a reasonable amount of time. That's what it says. The law says a reasonable amount of time.
No. I'm talking about if you just had a test done a month ago, I think you can sell it with that test if you're an individual, not a dealer. Not a dealer.
I don't think so.
I think
there's exemptions depending on if it's a new car or within whatever
now,
year. But
dealers, I think, have to give you the voucher. But I thought individuals, could you get caught? I really do want to get Bob, the car guy. And I swear this time I'm going to commit it to memory. I have so much stuff in my memory. Maybe I have to let some fall out. I'll let all your guys' birthdays.
I see thoughts coming out your ear.
I'll let your guys' birthdays fall out, and I'll.
So I want to tell Robert, and I told him before, is he needs to go when he buys a used car, have SOS inspections look it over.
Or auto MDs.
Or auto MDs.
Yeah, Robert,
either one.
don't just buy it.
Exactly.
Don't buy it blindly. But
you're welcome, by the way.
Yes, Robert.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
You got your money back, man. Thank you for calling the Troubleshooter. Listen, we've had a lot of success this year. And, over the years, when I say more than $100 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, we really mean it.
And you can't, I think you're off on that number, and I think it's way higher, and the reason being is people that never call in with a problem, that heard a problem and didn't repeat the same problem.
Oh, yeah, that's cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. Of course, what I mean by services is usually what we do with our professionals. But you're right, Mark. The overall benefit of the show, it can't be numbered.
We need to have a high school class.
I would love to talk to your high school. If you guys, now school's out, and once school gets back in, we'd love to help people. Okay, so a very quick question here, email. This is a silly question, but it's for K&H Home Solutions. They do windows, doors, siding. Quickly, do you do screens? I don't know why they're asking, but do you do screens? Like, you don't do them separately, do you?
No, we do rescreen on the windows that we sold.
Okay, good.
So people can bring their screens back in, and we'll take care of them.
Okay, then they want to know about another email about storm windows. Do you believe in them or do them at all?
Well, that's one of the ways K&H started originally.
But do you still do them?
No, we don't do them anymore.
Okay, all right. No storm windows, but they do rescreening on the windows they sell. And do you service all the windows you sell as far as all the other stuff, even when it's out of warranty, if they want to pay for it? Do you service windows?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255. Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan, meaning if you're buying a home, ideal. If you're refinancing a home, ideal. Why? Ideal has the interest rate guarantee, so when you do it with them and rates go down, you get to do it free. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
Okay, what, anything going on, would you call on them? Okay, what happened?
We have a regular listener from Adams County District Attorney's Office and Economic Crime Division that listens to the show to pick up cases and problems that are going on. He heard about this. AM Movers is under investigation by the U.S. Department of Transportation by Michael Evans. I have a
Are we not supposed to know that?
Okay, I hate to say this, we got to apologize.
It's not $100, tell me, Jesus
No,
Christ.
no. The number we gave out, although correct, he didn't have it forwarded, so people were getting a message. Suzanne just told me, we had 3 or 4 people. We just got to tell him the number's working now. I just texted him, he's got it forwarded.
Anyway, I called this investigator. I want to talk to him before I call AM Movers. I don't want to blow a case if they have a federal case.
All right, it's working now. We're going to give it out one more time.
Okay, apparently they've opened a federal case against us.
Federal case for mover means nothing.
What is this,
No
a
teeth
federal
whatsoever.
case?
We've already went through that. I'll just let you know. They have no teeth. All they can do is write a letter. That's what they do.
That sucks.
I know, it's terrible. The federal,
Sounds good, though.
They
that's
can't
what they
pull
do.
PUCs or
They said they write a letter and stuff, and I've dealt with it, but try and see what they do.
PUC is state.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey Tom, on your solar company, you have a different number to think about than what I have.
Here.
I can't solar.
Well, they gave me that.
So I have on referral at 729-8777.
Hold on,
PA's office would, but this is where we moved to a federal case.
Okay,
They have a federal case number, so I don't know, I guess they.
And that's what's on the referral.
Probably because they're in multiple states.
729-8777.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I would,
Website
because it's supposed to
729.
move to Arizona next year.
Okay, why would they give me
What's your, I don't, I'm looking at your website right here.
It's 720, listen, 720-449-2935.
Okay, I'm just saying what's on the referral list and what's on their website. is
Well, they
729.
give different ones out.
Okay, but I'm saying referral list should have that one too then.
I think they should,
Yeah.
so we get credit for
Okay.
it. And you get, who gets that?
Unless they're tracking it like Plumline.
Then Plumline has the same number for spots on the website.
It's just that what I put up is different from yours, and that's why I don't know what number I should put up on.
Put up the one that, put on the banner, put whatever he's giving out.
Okay.
Don't even ask for
Okay.
it.
So what's the
720-449-2935.
Okay.
You should say it with a little more up, like 299-2935.
What are you saying? Say it like this?
I was out of the room. Did Joe Lucero call back or?
He didn't call back. Give that number, just,
No, he did, he gave us more information.
Oh, okay.
he's sending us information.
But he did send you some already.
Yes, but let's wait and see what the rest is.
What do you need?
Just make sure we tell, she literally got a bunch of calls saying his number's not working. It wasn't working. He didn't forward it. It's done. It's ready now. And we apologize because we kind of hit him.
Blindly.
But no, the deal is the deal.
But if they call the other number, it's 139.
Plus compensation for time and
Today is Thursday.
information, please
Yes.
call Horizons Clinical Research Center at 303-399-4067.
Your home is more than a valued asset. It can be an energy producer too with CAM Solar.
Today what?
Trusted solar
Today's
energy
Thursday.
company with more than
Yeah.
3,000
Yeah, okay.
solar
All
projects.
day.
Yeah, I got all the weeks to do.
What do you protect yourself from
He tells
rising
them he wants to
utility
look at
rates? Get your
additional
free
50%.
solar guide.
No, I hope you can.
We've had,
Oh, I don't know.
we've had this, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. We've had this discussion before with insurance. These people in Hawaii now, their land's fucking gone. What happens if you have a house and the volcano comes through and literally your land's
I
gone?
think they'll get the value of the home in their pocket.
And that's it. The land is,
Well, the land is never insured. Land is never.
well, I know, but okay, so in California, a cliff, you're on a cliff, the
Yeah,
fucking
it's never
mudslide.
insured.
You know why we don't have volcano
Compass already
insurance?
mentioned
Because we can't find virgins to throw down the damn thing anymore.
That's why.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
There's a,
They've actually, they started it up.
The Muslims took all of it.
oh, yeah, it's off the ground one time.
Stem Cell Institute.
So it's all a bunch of pimply faced guys.
That's true. There is a lot of virgins. They're just all men. Wait a minute. They've changed it. God, that would make a good political cartoon somewhere.
That's where I saw it.
Oh.
Exactly that.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. David Salisbury, attorney at law for wills, trusts, probate, and all of the inevitable law. It is very, very important that you know this. David does block pricing. So for what you want, he prices. You want a will, it's one price. You want a trust, it's one price. I can tell you that I had a complicated trust, and it was $2,000. And it's not just for me. That's an unbelievable price. It depends on what you have. He'll give you a price up front, and it will not change. Wills, trusts, probate, estate planning, or just quick questions. David Salisbury, attorney at law. Always your initial consultations are free. 720-493-3911. 720-493-3911. I actually love having people advertise that do such great service. Now, on that carpet deal, people are so upset with me. I made a mistake. No, I did not make a mistake on the price. It's $100 to have your house carpet cleaned, no matter how big or small your house is. But when I gave out the number, I gave it out too soon. He did not have that number forwarded. It was going, did they get an error or what? What did they get? Disconnected or what?
No, not a disconnection. Just the cell phone number was not available.
Okay, here's the number, and he's ready.
And he'll call you back.
So please.
You're going to have to leave a message.
You're going to have to leave a message. Just leave your name and number for the $100 special. I know it's hard to believe. I did the commercial already. I don't want to redo it, but please, you can call that number, 720-298-0352. You can call now, 720-298-0352. It's extraordinary. Hot water extraction. He works alone in a van. He's a great guy. He will put you on the list, and there are no catches, no upsales, no spot treatments. It is $100, period. You don't have to measure. It doesn't matter how many stairs you have. It doesn't matter how big your house is. It's 720-298-0352. All right. Brian, he wants to know about modifying a parenting plan, and we're going to go over that in detail. Steve wants to talk about fraud with state employees. Steve, we're going to come to you. And then a problem with extended warranties on a vehicle. I'm Tom Martino. Don't go away. A lot more to come.
You know how we met that guy?
There's no question you...
He came in as a common man.
Well, no, but the reason he came in as a common man is that one guy lost his job or whatever, didn't have a refrigerator. Mike Ross ran out to Walmart, bought him a refrigerator, and then we brought it over to him.
And so we brought him in as common man.
And then we took credit for buying it.
How the hell did you move the refrigerator?
It was a college dorm.
Oh, a little one.
That's right. He bought it from, the guy had bought it from
the pawn shop.
And didn't want it.
No, yeah. So this guy goes down, spends $40 at a pawn shop for a little refrigerator, gets it home, plugs it in, simply doesn't work at all. The pawn shop wouldn't give him his money back. They said they'd give him a store credit.
That's right, store credit.
But they didn't have another refrigerator. And he needed it for his medicine, or his wife's medicine, remember?
And liquor.
And vodka. You got to have it chilled. You can't have shots of tequila when they're warm.
Yeah, tastes like hell. I'm not supposed to get medicine down.
Keep those limes cool.
It's another Festivus miracle.
I love that.
You should have seen the look.
That was such a good statement.
He had no idea. He had no idea what Festivus was, the poor guy. Do you guys know what Festivus is?
Good Seinfeld guys, huh? What are the three things that define Festivus?
Festivus poll, obviously.
Yes.
The feast of straight
and the airing of grievances, my friend.
The airing of grievances.
What kind of poll was it?
The Festivus poll. It's a wood poll.
Aluminum. It's aluminum poll. Aluminum poll.
This guy, we had a healer in yesterday, and he claims he healed this 92-year-old lady. And I go, it's a Festivus miracle. He looks at me like, you're a fucking real asshole, aren't you?
He wasn't wrong, was he?
Oh, he was this guy was a quack out of the Quackville, man.
He's a nice guy.
Oh, okay.
He meant well.
Doesn't that make him more dangerous in a lot of ways? Because he really thinks he can help people?
Yeah, you're probably right. Because he meant well and he came off smooth.
But didn't charge.
You know what? I should have brought up another great Seinfeld quote. It's not a lie
if you believe it.
If you believe it.
AKA George Costanza.
That's right. Jerry.
He goes,
in order to pass a lie detector, it's simple. It's not a lie if you believe it.
He goes, George, I need your help. Because he's trying to pass the drug test.
Oh, do you remember why?
Yes.
What show did they never watch?
Oh! I just have it in
I always want to say 90210, but it's not.
Like that.
It's just like
it's an apartment complex and stuff like that. I want to watch the.
I can picture it, yeah. I can't think of it either.
God damn it.
But he's so embarrassed to admit to his cop girlfriend that he doesn't watch it. She doesn't believe him, so he's going to make her take a lie detector.
Yes, and he starts explaining the different characters.
I always want to say 90210, but
it's like in a carpet.
My wife drug me through every fucking episode of 90210.
Oh, really?
When we were kids. Oh my God. Every single one. It was Dylan and Brenda, and I even know all their names, man. And I got into it. I mean, you know, it's probably the only, I consider it a soap opera.
Yeah,
it's probably the only soap opera I ever got into.
You know the soap opera? I'll bet you, Tom, maybe you did that too as a kid. Dark Shadows.
Never saw it.
What? Tom, you watched Dark Shadows, didn't you?
Yeah, no. I heard about it.
Oh, really? Because that was actually about vampires and stuff. It's actually a decent.
Never heard.
I didn't watch it either.
I watched True Blood. That was an HBO vampire one.
What was Kramer's that he always liked, the soap opera?
I know exactly what it is. The Bold and the Beautiful.
There it is.
You can't beat me.
I beat you. I have.
What did women, or women, some women still do, generally older ladies, call soap operas? Stories.
Stories. You call stories?
Yep, they're stories. I gotta watch my stories.
Yep, my stories. That's exactly what they would say. My stories.
I never heard of that.
Oh, come on, you never heard of
God,
that.
you are an old woman. How is
I was just saying, you guys must be old women.
I beat you to it.
I know, so you're quicker on the draw.
Can't miss some stories.
That's why I've heard of on soap operas, because they said you could miss it for like 2 months and get back, and not a whole lot has changed.
Nothing's changed.
It's still the same thing. I don't think I've ever watched like a full daytime television show.
No. I mean, you'd have to be a loser.
Or work at night.
They're hard to take.
I have a good DVR. I'm getting home to watch The Bold and the Beautiful.
The Bold and the Beautiful.
God, do you remember all the things you had to go through? You used to have to go through to record stuff. You had to have numbers on VCR. Record.
Oh, you mean to program the VCR?
Yeah, to program.
Oh, yeah.
To record stuff.
Yeah, that's very true.
God, every time I just figured something out, they changed it.
It says Jerry hasn't watched an episode since he got off the show. I can't believe it.
I don't believe it. I simply
That's what he said.
I don't believe it.
But he hasn't watched an
You're
episode
saying Jerry
since
Seinfeld
he
said
left the
he,
show.
in the last, 20 years, I don't
You do?
Why, Mark?
Because it's on every fucking channel all the time. There's no way he's going through and he doesn't stop for a minute and say it. Maybe a complete episode. Does he have kids?
Because how old is his kid? His daughter, you just seen her 15 years old.
15. What's she look like? Is there a picture of her?
No. Guess how old he is.
I'm going to guess Tom's age. 60s, mid-60s, low 60s? 62. Nailed it.
Mid would be 64.
Then I backed off and said low.
Martino on 630 K-How.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. Okay, this is a time where if you have any plumbing, heating, cooling, or now electrical problems, you can call Fix It 24/7 and get an expert in your home to diagnose a problem no matter how long it takes for just $39. And if you decide to have the work done after they find it and give you a full written report, they will apply that $39 to the repair as a credit. Or you can just walk away and pay just $39 with no obligation. But no matter how long it takes, they will find a way to do it. Now, I've known George for 20 years, since he was just a wee lad, and he took over Fix-It recently and has transformed the culture in that company. He believes in maximum value and doing the extra things to make you happy. All prices are quoted up front, they're on time, and they guarantee 100% satisfaction. FixMyHome.com to find out more. But to get a pro to your home, licensed, bonded, insured for any problem with electrical, with plumbing, heating, or cooling, fix it 24/7. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Welcome to the show, folks. Let's talk. I'm a consumer advocate. For 40 years, been solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life just a little easier. Let's go to the phones. Let's figure this out. And I'm going to take you in the order you've called in, so if you've been waiting a long time like Steve, let's get to it. Steve, tell me about this fraud and state employees. What the heck is going on? Steve.
Yeah, I was a state employee, and I realized that the director of my program was committing fraud. I worked.
Okay, now this is pretty serious. And usually, people, stories that start out on my show end up on TV locally or elsewhere because we are an open forum, a community. It's like a big town meeting. So I don't want you to mention names right now, but tell me what the fraud is. What is this fraud?
The publicly funded taxpayer program. It's a grant through the Department of Education.
And what is this grant meant for?
First-generation low-income students. It's a beautiful.
What is it supposed to do?
They target kids that would be the very first in their family to ever go past high school.
And what does it do for them?
Everything, working from seventh grade on.
Like everything. Does it buy them clothes, food, what?
The Bible, everything that you would need to be able to continue your education.
You mean in college or in high school?
Through high school, into college, and now into any type of post-secondary.
So I'm just trying to now.
Not every kid goes to college, but they can have a fantastic life.
I love it. I love it. I'm just trying to get more about this grant. So this grant, what is it called? The what
They're called
grant?
TRIO programs.
TRIO?
Yes.
TRIO. Oh, TRIO. Gotcha. Now, give me an idea of how it would work. I'm in the TRIO program, and I want to go to trade school. Do they write me a check for the tuition?
No, they don't. But what they will do, we'll work with you as to everything to prepare you to be able to get scholarships and grants and whatever you need to do. So when you graduate, you can have money lined up already to go in the bank.
All right.
Or the TRIO program has such a strong reputation with colleges and post-secondary institutions.
How are state employees misusing this program?
Okay. So what we got is I realized that the director of the program I was working for was fabricating the compliance data that went in on the compliance reports to the Department of Education.
Why would they fabricate
if we had
it?
An objective that 70% of the kids were supposed to go to a financial aid seminar so they can work financial aid, learn about that. If that seminar never happened, what went into the compliant parts to the Department of Education is that it did happen.
Okay, Steve, this is serious. Now, what is in it for them? Is it just that they're lazy and they didn't put on? They're required to do certain things in order to be part of the TRIO program. Is that correct?
No, I'm talking is that say we were supposed to, 70% of the kids were supposed to attend this financial aid center. If we didn't meet that objective, if only 20% of the kids we were able to get to go, what was written into the compliance report was that we met that objective.
I understand. But, Steve, what I'm asking is, these objectives, these compliance things that you had to do, was that in order for the state of Colorado to be part of this program?
Yes, you had to meet those compliance objectives for the funding for the grant to continue.
With this compliance, I don't understand this. So the federal government would say, you did not meet, or the state, whatever. Is this a federal program?
Yes.
Okay. So the federal government would say you did not meet this compliance because only 10% of the students showed up. Why is that their fault if they put it on and made every effort? I'm just asking this out of curiosity.
Okay, I agree with you. The issue that I'm presenting is that they didn't know that only 10% proved up. What they received was a report that said the full 70% of the
No,
students.
I know that. I know that. And the reason the state employees lied is to keep the program to help other students. It's not like they lied to take this money and go buy a car.
Correct.
So while you're telling me this is fraud, who is being harmed?
Okay, that would come down to a state employee reporting fraud, and that state employee, which would obviously be
No,
me.
I understand. They're asking you to lie, and I know why you don't want to lie, but you have to understand my question. If they were taking money out of this and doing home improvements at their house, I'd say, oh, my God, let's go after them. But if their objective is to say, screw you, federal government, I know this is a good program, I want to help as many students as possible, and I'm not going to lose this program because a few kids didn't show up for a seminar. In other words, I know it's fraud. Trust me. You don't even have to say it again. It's fraud in the essence, okay? But when we talk about substance over form, in the form, it is fraud. In the substance, who did it hurt?
Okay.
I'm asking. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm asking you your opinion. Who did it hurt?
Okay, it did not hurt the students in the program because obviously the program was allowed
to continue.
To continue. But what happened is that I pissed off.
Well, you didn't like lying. I can see that.
And I was fired. I was a state,
oh, so you didn't want to lie. Did you, Frank? Did you tell him straight up, I'm not going to fudge these numbers?
No, yes, I gave the director, and there's where I made my mistake. I threatened the jobs of the people I worked with.
What did you say?
That was a bad mistake because the reaction was self-preservation.
What? Okay, state employees are forced to fudge numbers. Okay, what I want to know is, how did you say it? Did you say, what did they actually ask you to do? Flat out, I want to know the actual demand that you refused to do.
Okay. I noticed that there were no records that in that grant year that 47% of the students in the program had no record of service at all at the end of the year.
What's a record of service?
That means there were no records in the computer system or in their hard coupon file in their hard.
About what?
That they had even been seen by a counselor
oh,
in
okay.
the entire grant year.
Now that's bad. Now, Steve, if in fact they are not performing under the program and taking money, that would be bad. In other words, if they're supposed to have counseling sessions with students and they never do it, but they say they do, that sucks.
Well, Tom, the thing is they could have done it, but they never documented it.
Oh, you don't know one way or the other.
Correct, but when you submit your compliance report to the Department of Education,
right?
You know, so I discovered that gap that there were 47% of the students. There was no record that they were even contacted, much less served with the program requirements for funding.
Right.
I made a report about that. I gave it to my boss.
And your boss said?
My boss shredded the report.
And fired you.
I'm not kidding.
If we call the Department of Education and say, we understand you're fudging numbers to keep the TRIO program alive, and we got this guy who worked there and said he refused to do and got fired, they're going to say, we never did that. I mean, you know, what will they say, Steve? Tell me what. They'll say, listen, there were a few things here or there we failed to write down, but I assure you all of the children have received everything under the TRIO program, blah, blah, blah. What do you think they'll say? I'm asking.
Okay, I agree with you again. The problem for them is I have the report that I made to her, to the director. I also have an outside agency that was keeping records of the program and that can verify. So it's not even, you know, my word against them.
Why were they keeping track of the program, an outside agency?
Correct.
Why? I'm asking why.
Because I think it's because you want to be compliant to the grant, in essence.
I know, but are they required to have an auditing agency, an outside agency?
No, you do it by voluntary, but most TRIO programs.
So what was the outside agency? Was it an accounting firm? Was it a government agency?
It's a program that actually specializes in helping colleges.
The auditing firm, was it a private auditing firm?
Yes.
Okay, and this private auditing firm, did this private auditing firm agree with you that it wasn't being done, or did they agree with the state that it was being done?
Well, the place I worked for and the state blocked that investigation.
What investigation? From the compliance firm? From the independent firm?
Well, yeah, they won't.
So in other words, this independent agency that's supposed to be auditing the program, this agency said, we can't get access? I mean, did the state refuse to give them access?
In essence, I don't think they know that I followed a fraud report, because the bottom line, Tom, is when I reported the fraud to my employer, they didn't report it to the state or to the federal government or to the program funder, the Department of Education.
No, because they want to keep it. They want to keep it alive.
With nobody knowing that fraud had been reported, there would have been, that company would have never been contacted regarding an investigation.
Okay, here's what I want to know. Ted is here with K&H Home Solutions. He's here on my referral list. He's a very smart man, and he's a typical listener of mine, let's say. Ted, you just heard this about the Department of Education, this. Is this something you went, oh my God, or is it something that you say, big whoop? I mean, seriously, how are you internalizing this? Can I get your opinion? Really? Well, you're a businessman. You know, what do you think?
Well, it just falls under the waste of funds.
But is it being wasted though? Because the program is still helping kids. It's just that they're not filling out the forms right and the compliance information and the stats. Let's say that.
So it's some of the stuff that falls through the cracks in really any organization.
Right. So does it alarm you? Does it piss you off, or do you not care? Because I tend to, and listen, Steve, I'm being honest with you. I don't know enough to care right now. I'm thinking, what is it doing? I mean, they're getting money from the federal government, and in order to get that money, they have to file some reports, and they don't keep good records, but they want to keep the program alive. Who's getting hurt? This money is still being used for kids, right? That's the part I want to get at. Are they misusing funds, or are they not working? Are they sleeping on the job and not doing what they're supposed to do? Who's getting hurt here? And Steve, I don't want to give you the idea that I'm not interested, but I need to know more. Well, and I will look into it. Go ahead.
Are they using those funds are they using those forms to generate more funds, and then where's that money going?
Yeah.
It's not going where it's supposed to go.
Exactly. Or are they doing it because they think the government is intrusive, the federal government, and they want to keep the program alive, so they're saying, screw you, national or federal education department, we're going to do what we want. Mark, what do you think? Is there a victim here, do you think?
I don't think there's a victim here. I mean, any charity or any goodwill stuff like this, everything can always be tightened up, but you got to have employees. You got to have stuff.
Now, Steve, hold on, please. I am going to look into this. I am going to have somebody look into it.
We've got an update coming up after the break. We're going to bring her back up, the mother that called in her kids in jail for 8 years or prison for 8 years.
That we won't believe?
Well, I believe it, but of course, it is going to be hard to swallow.
Okay, because she didn't know why. Her son got an 8-year sentence for shooting a gun in the air when they showed up for a gang fight. And here's the deal. It all started on Facebook. We'll have an update on that because we asked our criminal defense attorney, Joe Lazaro, to look into it. Right now, I want to tell you about something serious, and that is the Raleigh House. It's an addiction treatment facility. They have multiple locations in Denver, locally owned and operated. These people are very loving and caring. And when they got together with me, they said, look, we want to brand our place, and we want people to know about the Raleigh House if they need help. And we think what we should do is just provide information to people, because we will get the people suitable for our program, but we want to help those even that are not suitable, those who can't afford it, those who may want to go to the free program at the Salvation Army. Those who may not even need treatment, maybe they need private counseling. But how will people know unless they get information? I mean, it's not like you can just go shopping for rehab and then talk to them. They're all going to tell you how great their program is. The Raleigh House has established an information number for one reason, just to give you information. That's it. You want to know about the Raleigh House? They'll tell you. They'll also tell you about all the other programs. How long are they? How much are they? Does insurance cover it? What do they concentrate on? And what about the addict? What kind of addiction is it? Prescription drugs? Illegal drugs? Is it alcohol? And what should you do? How do you approach them? How long does it take to get rehab? Where do you go for financial aid? What do you do about confronting them? All of these questions. I mean, let's put it this way. You'll be shocked and say, oh my God, I didn't know my kids were doing drugs. They'll tell you all about it. You ask them questions. It's confidential. It's free. You can call as many times as you want. And they are there to help. And we know this. Addiction will never, ever, ever get better without some kind of change. Make this the change. Call for some information. 720-893-5559. Call. Even if you suspect something, they can help you out. 720-893-5559.
This report is brought to you by TrueCar. Troubles remain on the west side.
He reported that as a whistleblower to the feds.
Yeah, I guess he can.
I think then it would have been to his boss, and the feds would have made him toe the line. I think
He's a bit of a.
I don't know what the. I don't know what, for lack of a better term, what the big whoop is. I don't know. The big
Because he
whoop
got
fired. Yeah, but that's what he got fired for, right?
That's and then she. So
Did I do pro auto care, guys?
Yes.
Okay. I'm an airhead. He just handled it wrong. I think he could have reported
So
anonymously.
He said he got this great appraisal right before.
Now, did I do everything? Look up that statute. Don't say anything to anybody. This would be a good one to do cold. You look up exactly that statute on this one right there. Hey, look at this, Tom. You'll like this. It's so funny, actually. This poor guy. He's sitting around. He had a lot of issues last year.
Have you or your neighbors had leaks in their pipes? Many people
This is why.
these problems are caused by old pipes that are either corroding down to a trickle or just
Hundreds of calls.
Hundreds. Oh, then he texts back, oh my God, so many. I'm going to be making appointments for months.
Who's that?
The carpet guy.
I can crank that shit out, man.
Oh my God, $100 for carpet cleaning. That's like saying free ice cream.
One successful campaign Raleigh has ever done was nothing but this information. It gets them. You want to know? You want to know this? You want to know that?
18-3-1.
And they said, well, why don't you have information about like competition? I said, because you want everyone to call you first. It doesn't.
What is called CR?
Information you are here, and everyone else is here.
Yeah, no, just like fundamentally.
I started to do that with home.
I still don't have it.
I've never feared competition.
Go ahead, read what that is. By the way,
Never feared competition.
I know that's because there's probably the guys there.
My wife was upset when we started building here. She said, everybody's going to do it. I said, fine, they'll bring everybody there.
Okay.
Someone should buy Taco Bell and McDonald's, and they're all in one corner. They bring more together.
Decide where they want to go.
That thing being on top, being the one that gives all, that's brilliant.
I guess my question of that, Joe, is can they put? Nobody was killed.
No, absolutely not.
I know they can do a lot of shit.
Not that though. Oh my God, how would you prove that? We just wait. We got to do this update.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors. What does that mean to you? It means the best when it comes to quality garages. And that means doors and openers, basically. I had a door done and an opener. And I swear to you, I can have my back to the door, and I cannot tell if it's opening or closing. That's how quiet and smooth it is. They are the best. Garage door openers starting at just $333, and free inspections, tune-ups, safety hinge bolt tightening, and a complete inspection if you mention Martino. Free. OneClearChoiceStores.com. OneClearChoiceStores.com. 303-565-6409. 565-6409. Let's talk. Okay, now, Sarah called in. And again, this is not meant to beat up on Sarah. She needed an answer. She goes, what do I do next? How does this happen? My son was with a 16-year-old kid. They were on Facebook. They got into a tussle with some other kids. They showed up somewhere to have a fight. These kids came at him with bats and whatever. Her son pulls a gun, supposedly shoots in the air. He's charged with attempted murder and criminal menacing. He pleads instead to something called drugging a victim. And what else did he plead to? Drugging a victim and something else. Mark, do you know what the other charge he pleaded to? Anyway,
well, the charges...
But he charged, so according to her, these two things, and he was sentenced to 8 years. She thought it was harsh, and she said, what can I do? And then we wondered, why is it so harsh? Joe Lazzara, criminal defense attorney on a referral list, says, I'll look into the case. Let's get a case number. And it's public information, so that's what we did. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, I want to get... I really do want to get some clarification from
ahead.
Joe, but here's what the guy was charged with. Ready? 3 counts of murder, 1 felony menacing.
Wait, you can't be charged with murder if you didn't murder someone.
Well, that's why I'd like to clarify with Joe, because
attempted.
Ask her if there's any dead people involved here.
All right, now, Sarah, did anyone at all die?
Nobody was hurt. Nobody...
Dead.
Nobody was hurt.
Then why was he charged with murder 1?
I'm not sure. I was under the impression it was...
I don't think Sarah would lie about that.
I mean, he got charged with 6 different charges.
All right, go ahead. Murder
3
1,
murders.
3 murders. What?
Felony menacing. And then assault 2, drugging a victim. Now, as far as why he's in jail for 8 years, in Colorado, with this felony 2, the minimum is 8 years, the maximum is 24. I think it's out of the judge's hands. It just doesn't even matter. I mean, it's 8 years.
Okay.
That's the minimal. He got the minimal.
Okay.
But are you sure that doesn't read attempted murder?
Man, it is 18-3-102. We looked it up, and it says murder.
Now, Sarah, you would know if someone was killed, right?
Yeah, nobody was killed.
Okay. All right. No one even hurt.
Nobody was even injured.
All right. What did you want to say, Sarah, after hearing this? The minimum being...
Now, wait a minute, Sarah. Hold on a second. I'm looking the date of these charges. Oh, no, that's the date of the... Wait, dates. Hold on. 3/9/39/39. They're all 3/9.
Okay.
It all happened the same day.
Okay. So, Sarah, what were you going to say, dear?
Now, when we agreed to the lesser charge, the reason why we did that was because, from my understanding, the charge that he was pleading guilty to had a 0 to 12 years with the potential of not getting any jail time, which we knew was that.
Well, according to our research here, the minimum for that one charge is 8 years.
Oh, okay.
You need to. I don't know what's going to happen at this point. If you can't afford an attorney, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible. An appeal in and of itself, appeals have to be based on a premise that the court made a mistake of some kind.
This says, basically it says, felonies committed on or after July 1993. In the Class 2, the minimum is 8 years, $5,000 fine. If it's a Class 1, it's life imprisonment. I mean, this is no joke. A Class 4 is 2 years. I mean, he pled to a major crime. It says minimum 8 years.
God, this is
terrible. It wasn't attempted, Sarah.
What?
I think she originally said he was on charges for attempted murder.
I want to clarify that.
It's impossible to be charged with murder when no one was murdered. It's impossible.
Boy, you'd sure think so.
Okay, let's ask Joe what he thinks of that charge. Ask him, please.
Yeah, he's in a meeting, Tom.
Okay. Sarah, we'll look further into it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Steve called before the break, and he says there's an educational grant called the TRIO program where kids are helped from lower-income families from secondary education through post-secondary education in various ways, okay? And he's saying that the people who work with this program fabricate stats in order to give the false impression they're accomplishing compliance objectives. They're meeting compliance objectives. And I said, what's the harm? Does it get them money? Does it get them more money? Does it get money in their pocket? Are they misusing funds? Or are they just helping kids? That's a little unclear, Steve. So you were fired. Now, that part, I can understand why you're upset, and I think you can fight that. If you blew the whistle on them and they fired you, hell, that's going to be a big deal. Hold on one sec. What?
Okay.
Hold on one sec.
There was someone dead here, because now I'm looking at this entire case history, and it says case type. Homicide. I mean, unless if the cops thought they saw a dead body and then it went away, someone was dead here.
Can you look up that date in the newspapers, please?
That's what I'm looking
or
at right
on
now.
the TV station.
Good idea.
Look it up. Okay, so Steve, we need to figure out how to get some attention on this. First of all, you have a great case for getting your job back or damages. Do you know that?
I would hope so, but here's the problem, Tom. I'll cut to the chase. Because they didn't report the fraud, and therefore no state or federal entity knew about it, I could not fight it as a wrongful termination because no fraud had been committed.
No. But that's because you didn't get a chance to report it. You're the one reporting it. You reported it. They fired you for reporting it. Now, they can't go back and change the records. It's simply, if they can't go and recreate all these records about counseling sessions and about the compliance objectives, you got them dead to right. Because if
I got those records, too. I kept those records.
Then you can sue them and through discovery show that they're lying. I mean, what do you mean you can't fight this as wrongful termination? Of course you can. If you can show you were...
I guess I don't have the right...
Steve, you can show you were fired.
To be honest with you.
You were fired after you blew the whistle. Is that right?
Yes. I was fired after I reported fraud. The other thing is that because it's a federally funded program, I was supposed to receive protections under Whistleblower Act.
Right.
That kick in.
Right.
Because they never reported fraud, I'm being told I'm not entitled to whistleblower.
Steve, do you realize how ridiculous that notion is? Here's what you're saying. If someone in the government finds major fraud and reports it, and they're fired because of it, that person cannot do anything because it wasn't reported. You were fired for reporting it. You're the one that wanted to report it. Why would people committing the fraud report their own fraud?
Bingo to me.
Well, Steve, that's because, bingo, it sounds like you're a moron, and I know you're not. What you're doing is you're listening to people who are incorrect. It's that simple. And so you listen to this, and without any verification on your part, you're just assuming you can't do anything. And you can do something.
I've contacted every State Department, Tom. I've contacted the governor's office.
No, I'm not talking about that.
My knowledge.
I'm talking about hiring an attorney and suing for wrongful termination based on the fact that you blew the whistle, period. I don't know what else to tell you. Leave your number, please, with Suzanne.
One thing, Tom.
Yes.
Please.
What?
I have tried to do this. However...
No, Steve, don't tell me you've tried. Hold on, wait, Steve, have you hired an attorney?
I have not.
Why?
I'm not
Why?
working because
you
280 employers have turned down my job application since I was terminated by the state.
280.
280.
Is that because they are bad-mouthing you?
I've got a master's in education.
Are they bad-mouthing you?
Over 10 years with the state.
Why are you being turned down? Why are you being turned down?
I believe it's because I've been blackballed.
Okay, hold on. Steve, leave your information. Leave your information. He can't afford an attorney is what he's saying. We need to come up with something. Maybe we'll start looking into it. Listen, man, if you were fired because you were showing some irregularities, and if they don't have any other reasons, they're in trouble. Okay? They're in trouble. 303-713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man. Need I say more? No. You want to sell a home? You won't do better. He'll stage the home. He'll clean the home. He'll take care of you, and you never have to worry about a long-term contract. If you don't like him, you let him go. No one has ever done it because he is simply the best. 303-920-1622. He just says, give me one day to get this house on the market, and you will love it, or you don't have to have me. And no other real estate agent or broker does that anywhere. RE/MAX Alliance, that's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
There's no murders?
Well, we can't find any.
See, this is what I can say. I think throw all kinds of shit up there.
Fucking homicide? You think
Well,
that when there's no one dead, they're going to charge you with homicide?
But they can for sure bundle charges.
Homicide.
No. But they don't, hold on. They may throw things like aggravated this and this, and person of risk, person at risk, and all, but they don't make up someone dead, for God's sake.
No way.
You can't have a goddamn murder. You can't charge someone with murder. It wouldn't get anywhere. A DA would say, fuck you, where's the body? I mean, that's the most elementary thing. Oh, well, we think someone died.
We can't find any killing.
When they say they throw the book at somebody, what they mean is they look for various ways to charge for the same act. They don't literally make up a dead body. I mean, that would be horrendous. Or maybe we did stumble upon something, Mark, and I'm serious. Because Yvette says goddamn murder one, and there was no murder, that guy's in jail for nothing. Maybe we did stumble on something. I'm serious. I would really like to talk to Joe Lazara. Maybe we stumbled on
If the mother didn't know anything about that, there was nobody hurt, no other thing, and the charge, I mean, it clearly says, Mark, you're right, it clearly says homicide. But
3 counts.
Now,
okay, does 3 counts mean 3 people?
No, I would fucking think
Then that
so.
should be in the paper, then.
Then here's the deal. Plea bargain down.
No. Wait, I didn't hear this part. Was he underage at the time?
No,
he was 18. But to plea bargain it down from murder one, I could see why he would take almost anything.
Oh,
if
fuck
they
yeah.
said, look, you're the risk on. But fuck, if you start out with a false charge.
But then his
They can't. Oh my God! Don't let them okie dokie into thinking they're going to say murder and there's no body. That's crazy.
But Mark, well, then why does it say that? What did he plead?
And it was 3
because either the mother doesn't know, doesn't want to say.
No, you're saying
we can't find it.
If he had an attorney,
3 murders and stuff that would be.
Did she send it to you?
An attorney would know. Ask her her defense. Ask her the defense attorney's name.
I got a friend, Gary Moore, he did federal government. He did federal.
Look at this. I mean, it's right. I got it up right here.
Look at the paper. There's no 3 murders.
I looked.
That would be a huge difference.
Yeah, but they're not going to investigate the case. It doesn't matter. He reported it.
Did you put those up on Facebook? Because I had a guy call me because I'm looking at that. That ATT, like I was trying to tell you, is for attempted. It is. I said to Mark, maybe ATT is for attempted. He's like, no.
Okay.
That's why.
Oh, that's why I wanted Lazara.
I emailed you the charges.
Okay, shit.
And Mark's like, no, these are murder.
Well, all I did was look up the
Now,
statute. The statute doesn't say attempted murder.
And see the ATT. So this statute is
Oh,
murder.
it's
Mark!
murder one attempted. Murder
Mark,
one
you're
attempted.
Okay,
Murder one attempted.
so why does the case type it says homicide?
Because it
it's
is.
a separate statute, is what my guy was saying would be for the attempted. So I don't know.
But why does it say homicide?
Because it falls under homicide. It's not vice.
Attempted homicide?
Yeah, that's right. That's crazy.
Tom Martino here, Simply Floors Inc. for saving money. You want to save money? SimplyFloorsInc.com. Now, you can go to 52nd and Ward. That's his website. I mean, his warehouse. Or you can go to SimplyFloorsInc.com. Make your own appointment for in-house design services. He'll save you over the big boxes. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Now, we have a special from K&H Home Solutions. They now you want to do you really want to do a huge discount, considering you're always kind of right there with value. And this is for those listening and my listeners. How do they take advantage of it?
If they, between now and the end of the weekend, if they will just let us know that they heard us on your radio station, on your show specifically, we will give them an additional 15% over and above whatever other promotions we're running.
Because let me tell you what you're running. Okay, this is an additional 15% because I hope you understand now, Windows, they're going to get automatically 25, not automatically, but this special, 25% off of their entire window purchase. And now you're telling me, and a free upgrade to triple pane.
Correct.
In addition to that, you're going to do another 15%.
For people that
mention it.
Mention it, correct.
Okay, you got to mention Martino and today's show. And in addition to that 25% off and the upgrade to triple pane, you're going to get an extra 15%. Also, Everlast siding. I can't even tell you, that thing is, that's incredible siding. It's like the newest thing in siding.
It's this ground up talc and other minerals put together in a color fast, waterproof, durable product, lifetime of durability in a wide palette of colors. Now they're giving $6,200 off there, plus you can take another 15% off. This is incredible, and that's K&H Home Solutions. You can go to this website, make your own appointment. khwindows.com, khwindows.com. You got to mention this show, khwindows.com, or 303-421-7100, 421-7100. Now, looking further at those charges, it says murder one, blah, 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 dash ATT.
ATT, that's right.
I believe that means attempted.
Well, and that's what one of our Facebook listeners said.
Right. So let's keep going, okay? People have been waiting. I want to take your calls, I promise. Mitzi, what's going on with Dacona? What's going on?
Hello?
Yes, what's going on with Dacona?
Okay, my question is,
yes.
If the town has a Veterans Memorial Park, shouldn't a person be able to call and reserve it for a memorial for a veteran?
Well, I don't know. It depends. Public parks are often you're not able to reserve it. The only exceptions that I know of with parks is where they have a venue where there's a stage, or they have tennis courts or things like that. They allow, or they have like a picnic area. Sometimes they allow you to reserve that for a picnic, but most of the time it's first come, first serve. So you have to tell me what your specific problem is. So you're telling me Dacona has a veterans memorial?
Yeah, I believe it's new, and I heard someone else had a
and what kind of memorial is it? Is it a park?
It was my brother passed away, and I wanted to have a military honors for him.
Like a
for
funeral?
Like a half hour.
A service. A 1/2 hour service.
Yes, memorial.
Okay, I get you. A memorial.
With the military there.
Sure.
And so I called them, and I heard so many different excuses. I mean, I had to talk to 3 different people.
Well, who owns the property? Is it under Parks and Recreation?
I believe it's the city of Dacona.
But is it under Parks and Recreation, or is it under monuments? If it's a monument, they consider it like a statue, and there's just something around it. I'm not saying it is a statue. What is right there at the physical location? What is it?
I can't answer that question.
Okay, is it a patch of lawn? Is there a bench? Is there a plaque?
Oh, they have a nice, they have some statues and stuff there.
Okay, and is there landscaping?
Yes.
Is there a sign?
Yes.
Okay, are there park benches?
I'm not sure about the park benches.
How big is the land area, would you say? Is it an acre? An acre is 200 by 400, I believe, isn't it? 200 by 400? Anyway.
Yeah, I'd say it's an acre.
Okay. And you said, I would like to use this for a memorial for my brother, a fallen veteran. By the way, Mitzi, I'm very sorry to hear that about your brother. When did this happen with your brother?
It was in February.
Where was he?
And I live in Iowa.
Where was he killed in action, Mitzi?
It's very hard for me to communicate out there. But so I called one person, and then I got a voicemail, and I talked to another gal, and
why don't we get you some straight information? Why don't we get you some straight information, okay? Let's Deputy Clint get you some straight information on the town of Dacona and the rules, and let's find out if you're getting the runaround or if it's true. But Mitzi, go ahead.
They did offer me I could have the splash park there.
What is that?
Well, I guess it's something where the kids can run through water, and all I wanted was a half hour at the veterans thing.
Well, what do you mean a splash park? At the veterans thing they offered that?
No, instead of the veterans thing, they told me I could have the splash park.
Where?
In Dacona.
Where in Dacona?
Where kids run through the water, whatever.
But where? Is it at a park they offered this?
Yes, at a park in Dacona.
They said, as a consolation, you can do this. Why the hell would they think that would substitute for a memorial?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so Mitzi, if you're out of town, you're feeling frustrated, we can help you. Seriously, we'll get you some real answers. But don't be disappointed if the answer is we don't allow public events on monuments. They may be considering it a monument and not a park.
Okay, but I know someone else had one there.
Oh, okay.
I guess my mistake was that I called and asked because I'm coming from, miles away.
What reason did they give you for not?
Okay, they told me, the first lady I talked to told me that they were worried about the traffic. It was just too hard for parking. And
did you tell them you knew about one that was there previously?
Yes.
And what did they say about it?
They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything about it. They just told me that it was too hard to get traffic in and out of there. And that
did you ever confront them about? Did you ever
city.
go? I would go. Do you know the party that had one there before? We would like to contact them and find out how they did it.
I know how they did it because I know them.
How did they do it?
They just went and had it there.
Oh, they didn't call.
But see, when I was told, when I asked, then I was told I couldn't have it there, so I couldn't have it there because I think they were going to be there to get me.
I understand. You're saying I just kind of ruined it by calling. I should have just had it there. Okay, so I get it. So Deputy Clint, what she's saying is that the other party just went and had a spontaneous thing there, a memorial for some vet, and Mitzi is saying she's being discriminated against because she called and they said, no, you can't have it. So now if she has it, it's not going to look spontaneous. It's going to look like rebellious. She wants to know, why can't I just have a small gathering at this place for my brother? I understand that. Golden Orchard Assisted Living. If you want a place for your loved one or yourself, it's assisted living. It's not a nursing home, but they have a high level of care for Alzheimer's, dementia, and memory care in certain locations. They have 2 in Centennial, 1 in Wheat Ridge, patios, large landscape yards, spacious bathrooms. Here's the most important thing. This place is a lot cheaper than a nursing home, and it's way more beautiful. GoldenOrchard.com. Between $4 and $5 grand rent covers everything: meals, outings, snacks, care, laundry, furniture. You can even have pets in some locations. 303-795-0784. That's 303-795-0784. GoldenOrchard.com.
This
report is brought to you by TrueCar. A couple of trouble spots to watch out for in town. There's a wreck northbound 225 at Parker.
Yep, it's definitely attempted.
Backed up quite a bit on that stretch.
3 counts of attempted murder.
I think it's on there. Downtown I-25, both directions.
Yes, sir. Quick, that guy, Steve, I did find out he called the feds. So he's protected under that Federal Whistleblowers Act. And why did he get fired? Well, I don't know why he got fired, but
was it a federal job? Though?
No, but that federal government, federal agency, it's a federal agency.
I had
a
a good
law.
friend of mine was a whistleblower.
It's a law.
Yeah.
It came about not from a government job, but from 3 Mile
He
Island.
wants to know what we're going to do, and I said, you need to hire an attorney.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I thought you were going to look into it. I said, looking into it, you need to hire an attorney.
Sean Olson.
Anyway, he's called back crying because I hung up on him.
Well, he wants an attorney to fight it but he wants it free.
I know. He keeps trying to go to all these state agencies for.
They're not going to do it.
I know. He's trying to get help from the bad guy.
Well, that's right. He does, and it's not discrimination.
He's got plenty of recourse, but he doesn't. He needs an attorney, just like you said. Period.
Mark, did you get my email on the WordPress?
Yeah, didn't you see what I said?
No. Oh, no. Okay, good. You did.
I think I sent it to you. Maybe I did.
Good.
Yeah, I copied you.
Your work history and whether you pay your bills on time. And if you're just
And I think they throw, I'm just telling you, Mark, they throw attempted murder out no matter what. You can get attempted murder for being in a fight.
Yeah, for a gun.
No, for a gun, by anything, you just get in a fight. It can be, if they want to do it.
Well, if you
attempted murder.
It sounds like you brought a gun to a bad fight.
Well, that's it.
I think if you shoot at people, you're probably attempted murder.
Should the people at the bats be charged with attempted murder when they got his car?
I cannot believe these prices for 4K TVs now.
If they threw the bat at the guy's head, maybe.
They're unbelievable.
If you're just beating in the thing
if the guy didn't fire the gun, he probably wouldn't have got it.
Oh, Mark, you're right. Mark, these flat screen TVs, I feel like buying them just to have them. They're so damn cheap. I mean, it's like
I was in when I was buying.
It's amazing.
When I was buying that stupid piece of crap Apple yesterday over at Micro Center, 32-inch. 32-inch little with like Roku or whatever built in, Westinghouse, $109. 32-inch.
Do you remember when they first came out? They were like
I remember
32 inches.
I
probably
sold him
$4,000.
computers like 15 years ago. I bet a little 14 or 15 inch LCD was $500.
I know.
You wouldn't even buy one, they were too high.
Would you give his money back?
Tom Martino here. Listen, I talked about windows, right? The IGU is the insulated glass unit. Now, they are R-rated, and the R rating is not restricted like in a movie. It's an R value for insulating performance. So basically, the higher the R value, the more insulating, right?
Correct.
And the thermal rating is a U value and a solar heat gain coefficient. So the U value, I don't completely understand, but the lower the number, the better. A U value, I'm told, is like the transference of something,
right,
of heat and cold through the frame and through the window, and it's basically for cold weather performance.
Well, it can be construed for both. It's usually used in terms of cold weather, and it's used when you take the entire window, not just the IGU.
Right, that's right.
So it's the window, the frame,
that's right,
everything taken together.
And it's what is it? Like the R value is just the glass unit. The U value is the whole window, but it's for cold weather mostly, they say, and the lower the number, the better. Then the solar heat gain coefficient. Now, that depends on where those windows are going. Sometimes you want a lot of heat that comes through.
Correct.
Sometimes you want hardly any, right?
Right.
Okay, so with the solar heat gain, it means how much. So it's expressed in a number from 0 to 1. The lower the number, the less heat comes through.
Exactly.
Okay, so laminating and gases. The higher the number, the more light that's transmitted.
Correct.
And so it's a balance. It's a trade-off. And then this other thing, sound. Oh, this is a really important one. Sound transmission class.
Correct.
The rating is increments of 10. So the higher the number, the quieter the window. 10, 20, 30, 40?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And we actually have a window that we sell that has a sound resistant glass. And the way you get that is you get two different thicknesses of glass. So you'll have on the outside of the insulated glass unit, you'll have like a 3/16 glass, and then on the inside you'll have a 1/8 inch glass. So you break up the sound wave as it comes through the glass. When you have two
of the same,
then you get a symbiotic wave, and it doesn't block as much noise.
It doesn't disrupt it.
Correct.
Ah, that's interesting. Single strength is 3/32, right? Double strength is 1/8, and triple strength is 1/4. What do you use?
Typically, we use 1/8 inch. We use double strength glass.
And that's really all you need when you consider the entire unit, because you have two of those, right? Or three of those if it's triple.
If it's triple, yeah. Unless you get a really large glass unit, sometimes you have to, by code, have to go to 3/16 glass.
We got an email at Live wants you to say the special again. They're having the extra 10 or 15. They don't know.
It's extra 15% off. So if you go right now to their website, and it's khwindows.com. In addition to the 25, they're doing a 25% off their windows anyway, okay? 25% off their entire purchase. They're going to they're going to take another 15% off. And then they're going to take another 15% off their siding, and the siding is already $6,200 off their entire siding purchase. And that's in honor of the 62 years in business. Now, hold on. Will, I don't want you to go away. Will, what's going on with your vehicle? I didn't want you to hold in vain. What's happening?
Well, I bought a extended service program from Delta Auto Protect.
Okay.
It was a Groupon deal, and it was specifically for the Diamond Premier, which is their top-of-the-line
Now,
package.
did you buy this from, you didn't buy it from the dealer, did you?
No, I like I said, I saw it on Groupon.
Okay.
And when I saw it on Groupon, I called them because there wasn't any.
And how much did this cost you?
As to what it, a little over $2,400.
Oh my God. Okay, what's the car?
It's a 2004 Ford F-250 diesel.
Okay, let's get right to the problem, and then if I don't finish, I want you to know I will take your number and we'll work with you. So you pay $2,400 for an extended warranty, and what was the term of the warranty? How many years or how many miles?
5 years, 100,000 miles.
Okay, what's the problem? Let's get right to it.
Well, the problem is I bought this about 4 months ago, and now that I'm actually trying to use it, they're telling me that I had too many miles to actually get this Diamond Premier program, and they just dropped
Well, then
me
give
the
your money
Diamond
back.
program.
Then give your money back.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Also, I was hoping to be able to force them to go back, but
no, I don't think.
They're telling me if I try and get my money back, they're going to prorate it for the 4 months that I've supposedly.
But you weren't covered. You weren't covered. Now,
right.
Did they automatically write you down a level? Like you said, you bought the Diamond Premium. Are they saying you had another warranty in effect?
No, they're just saying that I have too many miles on my truck to qualify for this Diamond Premier, even though they.
Okay, then this is what I don't understand. But if you want your money back, we're going to prorate it as if you did have coverage. Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
But how can they prorate it as if you did have coverage if you did not have coverage?
Well, they can't.
And then the other question.
That's my whole problem.
The other question is, what is the alternative? If you don't get your money back, are they proposing to you a lesser warranty?
Yeah, that's what they did. They gave me a less. They have Diamond.
That's what I
Diamond
asked you.
And Diamond Premier.
Will, that's what I asked you. I asked you, did they downrate you to another plan, and that's what you're being prorated on?
No, they're not prorating it based on that. They're prorating it based on the 4 months that I've had the policy. They didn't even tell me that they downgraded it.
But the 4 months, that you had the policy was the lesser policy.
Are they saying they downgraded it, therefore they don't cover this particular problem?
And they're saying, but he was covered for other things, and that's why they're prorating.
Oh, man.
Hold on a second.
That's why you don't buy these.
Will, just hold on. Clint, can you just make a call on this, and then we need to go over some follow-ups and see what's going on. Let me just say something, okay? What frustrates me more than anything in the world is when I understand exactly what the problem is, and they tell me I don't have it right. I mean, I swear to God, I go crazy.
Spring is in the air. Time to think about your lawn and tree.
Downgrading. That's why they're praying. No, no. All day you
like
got
the murder.
Yeah. Why do people do that to me? It was all day it's been happening to you. And Mitzi, that one time, so they showed up, they weighed it weighed more than they said, and they wanted more money. No. Yeah, I know. What happened? Well, they had to weigh it. Did it weigh more? Yes. Did they want more money? Yes.
Well,
what part was wrong?
You said it out of order.
But really, on that one,
the one part I had
it might
wrong.
be $500 more.
No, I did have something wrong. I said at the delivery. They had delivery.
Okay, there you go.
I'll show you. Let's go downstairs. I'll show you down there.
All day it was wrong with that.
Yeah.
The digital thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that shit for you.
You got to see this, though. It's really cool.
And it's going to be way simpler than you think. But you got to let us do it. You can't, like, try to get too much in and think, oh, no, here's what I want to say. We got to do it in a way.
It was bang, bang, not
bang,
bang.
Not bang, bang.
All right, let's go there, guys.
Mitzi that wanted the memorial, they already did it someplace else.
Jesus Christ. Listen, Clint, would you do me a favor, though? And when you come in, give me the follow-ups. You have so many goddamn cases.